stream. Hello, everybody on the internet. I'm trying to segue away from being Matt Pat. How's it going? Welcome to Dork Tales. It is Wednesday night at 7 o'clock, a little after 7, because we had to get an old friend reacclimatized to game. Let's give welcome to Ryan, who is returning as Yasin, or someone.
I'm so excited.
Yasin.
Meeson. Alright, so might as well just do a brief round of introductions. I'm Kelly, I'm the Dungeon Master of this chronicle, which is set in the generic fantasy setting number 17735. Subtitle of the game being The Shards of Nirn. To give you a little bit of backstory that I should probably just make a video to play before this pretty soon. We are playing an adventure built in a homebrew world that involves a group of adventurers who, down in the distant lower provinces of the southland of the lowlands, a thief was brought into an ancient temple of the Earth Goddess, the Goddess of Darkness, Nirn. When convinced to steal an ancient gem called the Eye of Nirn from their statue, she was cursed with the body of a tiefling and left to her own devices, having nowhere else to turn to as people started to turn against her. She pursued a cure for this, looking for the temple of someone called Edagon the Wise, or the Wizard's Tower of someone called Edagon the Wise. On her adventure, Mars came across a dwarf cleric of Vela, the Sky Goddess, and Nirn's twin sister, as well as the soldier turned hippie druid, Teah Armstrong. And then shortly after, they came across Yasin, this guy, a wood elf, thank you, sir, a wood elf who is a monk from the Deep Drum Falls, Deep Drum? Is it Deep Drum? I think it was Deep Drum Falls Monastery. It's on the map. We have a map now. We were up really late making a map. And then Yasin vanished in a plume of giant eagle feathers as a giant eagle swept him away to complete his training, because as we all know, giant eagles are the fantasy world equivalent of Uber. Along the rest of their way, they encountered a half-elf ranger from one of the lower provinces, a royal-born, out on an adventure to reclaim his honor. They joined up with him and soon found themselves in the employ of a half-man named Count Doom Von Doom. And in clearing up his mining operation, they encountered a young girl with scales and a tail, encased in amber, freed her, and found out, hey, she's been in there for 13,000 years, is some form of dragon-shaped person, dragonborn thingy, traveled a bunch, and are on their way along the Earth Scar, which is a cleft in the earth left by a battle between the gods that crippled one of the monster gods quite a while ago, and are headed toward the only way back to the main continent, a bridge called Dogrun Bridge, which they have just arrived at the previous session. Upon doing so, they immediately got into trouble, and I think 60% of the cast was arrested by the City Watch.
Oh, right, that happened.
Yes. So I think the only people who weren't arrested, so you were arrested, Fera was arrested, Fera being the NPC that I'll be with. All right, and then were you arrested?
Yes.
Okay, so basically it's boop, 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 or no, boop, boop, boop.
Yeah, I don't think I got arrested.
No,
we did not get arrested.
I was just kind of standing at the top going, what's going on, guys?
And I think you were trying to give us a sign like a GTFO, and we did not.
And I ran.
Yes.
I tried to address the guards before they saw you guys, and just be all like, dude, she was rude.
And I remember I was just like, I didn't do anything this time, you guys. I swear.
You're a tiefling.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
It's the tiefling.
It's
Capture
kind of
her.
amusing, it feels like this is just maybe comeuppance for all the things you have done and not got caught for.
Kind of true.
But why did I have to get arrested too?
And Fera. Why do you have to drag Fera into this? Now Fera's going to jail.
It's that damn coin.
I forgot to change the stream name.
Oh no!
This is not Star Trek. I'm lying to you. Should I hop on Twitch and just update that real quick?
You might want to, just because if people...
Can I do that without canceling the stream?
I think so.
Hold on, I'll just do it on my phone.
We will find out. Alternatively, we might just be Star Trek for a while.
Can we
No.
not?
Can we not?
Can we not?
Actually, the Star Trek game's gonna be really good.
I have some cool ideas for how to play my character. I'm stoked. I might have to update some of my values though.
Can I do it from the app?
I don't think so.
Changing the volume, or does it change itself? Because
I-
it kept getting louder.
I accidentally bumped it.
Okay.
Oopsies. So what's
It's
wrong?
in crescendo.
I don't believe anybody's watching at the moment.
Not right now.
Oh, that's fine. I'm just gonna go change it real quick.
Oh, never mind. Kappa Makazushi.
Kappa Makazushi!
Hello, Captain Makazushi.
We should all just say Kappa.
Oh. Sorry, it's been a day.
It's been a day.
That is
Kombucha.
Accurate?
cucumber sushi roll. That's literally what that means. Kappa Maki is cucumber roll.
Oh, there we go. Look at that. Look
I
at us
also
go.
don't know
The person who made sushi for 6 years professionally.
You did?
I worked for Fujiya.
I did not know that.
That's pretty neat.
6 years.
Dang, girl.
I was like one of their longest running employees.
Alright, we're starting gaming. 30
I almost
seconds.
applied there once last year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would it have been okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're great to work for.
That's
They
good.
seem pretty friendly.
They're very friendly. They're very accommodating for like hours.
That's very good.
And the best thing is if you call in sick, they just tell you to get better.
Oh.
Like you don't get sick time, but they don't give you shit for being sick, which is nice.
Pizza gives me shit if I'm sick.
Which
Really?
was shocking after I came from like all this other retail work and then worked for them. I was just
Yeah, no, I've got 10
I
years
had
of
gotten
retail and I
fired
never-
for going home sick.
You got fired for going home sick?
Yes.
That's crap. Oh.
I worked for a liquor store and they're like, you went home sick on Friday night. And I was like, well, I could have thrown up on your bottles if you really wanted.
So 14, the name of this session is...
Don't actually know.
Hopefully we'll do the thing and let us do it.
Was there something wrong with our volume?
No, we were listing it as the wrong stream.
Yeah, I was in a hurry and I forgot to update the stream name. So that...
We will be fine soon.
We are now labeled as generic fantasy setting.
Hey,
Oh
there we go.
yeah, we did it.
Thank you.
Good thing.
Oh, I just said that we were going live.
Domo.
So.
Mercy, Bo Cups.
I'm wearing my sexy shorts for the stream.
Hey.
This is Middle America's ass.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
I saw it last night.
Yeah.
No spoilers.
No spoilers.
Oh,
For
alright.
people that may at one point watch this.
We're talking about Game of Thrones. I don't know why America's ass was there.
No, but I will have to agree. I cried so bad.
Oh, you probably didn't cry half as much as I did. I'm the
Bring tissues.
I'm
I've
the
seen it.
I
Anyone who's
need,
watching!
I need to start out from episode 1.
Game of
What?
Thrones?
Game of Thrones.
No, we're talking about it.
Oh.
We're talking about both.
But you know what? We've talked about in-game enough. It's time to talk about beginning game.
Yes. Yes! Nice segue.
All right. Hey, it's no problem at all. So, as you all went through let's see, how did it go? So, last night you helped a bunch of people fight Yetis, and then you got into town, and then were promptly embroiled in more trouble as you went to help out a poor scribe-looking guy
Sorry, dude.
who was being,
Threatened by an assassin.
Accosted.
and you managed to make her day not great. But in doing so, drew the ire of the City Watch.
For once, Malia did not do something.
I
not
technically
And
didn't
she
do
also
anything
made
bad.
my day not great by bringing me down to 2 hit points.
That's true.
That's true.
All right.
Yeah.
So we're going to begin game. The three of you, well, the 2 of you and Fera, find yourselves locked in a cell, 2 stories beneath the City Watch building. Rainwater drips from the ceiling in a steady stream, and you found yourselves, as you were processed by female guards, the 3 of you were stripped down, all of your possessions confiscated, and you now find yourself wearing frilly pink jumpsuits. You think for a moment how sexist this must be before rounding the corner and seeing another 20 inmates of all shapes and sizes, all genders, wearing the exact same frilly pink outfits.
I don't understand.
One of the guards, a woman with a deep gashing scar across her brow, says, "Studies show that this actually lessens violent tendencies," and then throws you into a cell.
I mean, it would increase my violent tendencies.
Same.
As the cell shuts behind you, you see that the cell is about 10 by 10.
And nobody else in this one with us?
Just the three of you in that one, but you can see these are basically cages with thick, rusted iron.
Rusted iron.
Yeah, you don't want to touch it.
Damn it.
It's thick around as your wrist, separating you almost like a dog kennel. 6 cages of this size line the hallway, and without your dark vision, you would be completely blind. 3 guards stand at the doorway, 2 of them chatting, 1 of them paying attention. As the woman who locks you in your cell turns away, she shoots you a glance over her shoulder. "Enjoy your night. In the morning, you're going to face Kronor,
Who?
the Destroyer." And she'll turn and walk away. What do you do?
Humiliating.
I kind of like the pink, Fera says, tugging at her.
It really does not complement the green, though.
But it goes well with gold.
I'm glad that it's too dark for us to actually see that right now, though.
I thought you could see in the dark.
I can't. It's dark.
You could still tell. The frills are nice.
Ish. I mean, I can see the frills.
What are you all doing?
Well, I feel stereotyped. Just because I look like a tiefling doesn't mean I'm the tiefling that caused trouble for these people.
But you
So
were a
I am
tiefling who's caused
offended.
trouble.
Shut up. I
Not
am
there.
offended. Yet. So. We need to get out.
Obviously.
And I don't want to meet the Destroyer, or Mr. the Destroyer, or Mrs. the Destroyer. It's kind of hard to tell.
A low woman's voice echoes across the hallway from one of the other chambers. Kronor is definitely a man.
Okay, so a Mr. Destroyer.
I think it's supposed to be a title.
Lord the Destroyer.
You're gonna face him in your trial.
What am I being tried for?
I don't know. She stands up, and you can see it's a human girl, probably about 16 or 17.
What are you in here for?
Theft. They say that I stole something from the Grand Library of Thias.
And did you...
No!
So, it doesn't seem like they're particularly interested in actually catching their suspects.
She kind of... You can see in the dark, so that's easy. She feels her way back to her bunk and sits down. It'll probably be fine. It's just scary. So long as you didn't do anything... They have to listen to you, right?
Well, they...
You hear a crow.
I'm not sure
Laugh.
that's how that works.
Well, if they did as thorough a search over you as they did us, and didn't find this missing book, where's the proof that you took it? And if you did take it, you could just give it back.
Yeah.
Sure.
Murderers! The lot of you! You can hear from a cell down the way. Killers! Killers! Murderers! The lot of you! Hands in the air! It's all coming from the same cell. Glancing down,
That doesn't sound like a person.
it sounds like several people, actually. Several people and a bird, and as you look down, you can see that dressed in those frilly pink rags is a humanoid crow.
It's miming. What it's heard.
It's miming what it's heard. What a dumb bitch! You hear in a deep hillbilly dwarf. What a dumb bitch!
Huh.
Awesome.
Killers, all of you. Hands in the air. Tomorrow you face Coronor.
Do we have to listen to this all night?
Probably. Fera rolls her eyes. There's only 2 bunks. Mats? What are these? She'll kick one and a cockroach will run out from underneath.
Can I stomp on it? Attempt to.
I'm not going to make you roll to stomp a cockroach, so that cockroach is squishy-fied.
Okay, so it's not like some sort of annoyingly resilient cockroach. That's good.
I mean, don't give them ideas.
Better than it could be.
Meanwhile,
It's gonna be a long night.
Can I get everyone to make me a perception roll, the 2 of you?
oh no. 8.
Okay. This place is awful. The sound of dripping and the smell of bodies unwashed and packed in like cattle.
That would be a 19.
You smell strong drink. And it's like someone sweating off a night of heavy drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's actually in the cell next to you.
Hmm.
You can see that there's a tall, lithe individual curled up onto the mat. That bare blanket, bare, almost threadbare, see-through mesh blanket pulled up around their shoulders.
They're asleep. I won't bother them.
They're twitching slightly. And then they'll waken with a start.
She comes! Wait!
Wait.
Wait, how am I here? Where am I? How did I get here? Uh-oh. Not good.
I
And
probably
I'll nudge.
recognize this voice.
This is
I'll
not
nudge
You
good.
see him.
Yeah, I know, but just
Yeah, you can recognize his voice.
They took my fiddle!
Jason?
Jason?
What are you doing here?
We got arrested. What are
What
you
did you
doing here?
do?
Nothing.
Me? What makes you think it was me?
For once, nothing actually.
Yeah.
Well, he
for
obviously
once,
knows
nothing.
you.
Why do you smell like you're dead?
He smells
What?
like drunk.
Are you drunk?
No, I think he's more hungover now.
I mean, 50-50?
You're not alone in your cell, by the way. There's a halfling woman sitting there next to you, kind of on the other sleeping mat on the floor.
Who's that?
One sec. Do I know you? Did I know you from last night?
That's suggestive.
Right. Well, I don't really remember last night.
No, you don't know me very well. Not at all.
Oh, well, hi, I'm Jason. I didn't get you in here, did I? If I did, I apologize.
No. I'm in for killing the Jarl's brother.
Oh.
That's somewhat more serious than what I think I did.
You don't remember what you did?
I remember drinking.
Me too. Who did you kill? Let's cut over to you. Across the way. You recover. So, Mike, go ahead and take a short rest to heal yourself,
Okay.
if you'd like.
Yes.
So, you regroup, finding each other about a half hour afterwards. What do? You see each other. You meet probably near the foot of that alley.
Heal.
Okay.
Which one am I going to use?
I could use this book.
Yeah. We need more copies of that.
Indeed.
Nice! So that is 12.
Alright, so you're at 14 hit points.
14, and then I'm gonna heal a little bit myself.
Use some of your hit dice.
Yeah. Use 2 of my 5 for now.
Alright, don't forget to add your constitution for both. Well, you had +4 for your con.
9.
No, okay, you're at 23. And you'll hopefully get a chance to sleep.
Yes.
So once he's healed up enough that he's not on death's door and doesn't necessarily, hopefully, look like he was in too much of a fight, I'm about an end.
Sure, absolutely. Now, there are a number of establishments around this area.
Because, of course, just like last time, we are the ones who end up going to the inn while everybody else is off gallivanting.
Stop.
Of course, this time they're not
Hopefully,
gallivanting.
we'll get some more information. No, right now they're getting a lovely tour of the city jail.
How about we go get a lovely tour of an inn?
Personal.
That sounds great.
Sounds good. And figure out what the hell's going on in this town.
So you make your way across the city. Now, there are a couple of places in this town that you will be able to you'll be able to stay at. There's, well, 2 that I would recommend.
Okay.
One is Stoneworks Pub. It's a human-owned chain pub that you've heard about before in all of the major cities. Think of it as kind of the Denny's or the Howard Johnsons of this area. And then there's the Sit, Stay, Sleep, which is a pet-friendly inn.
I think I want to check out both and see which one seems like it's more maybe friendly and open towards questions.
Can you make me an insight check, both of you? So you make...
Not 20.
Not 20, okay. So you'll make your...
That would be 25.
Okay.
I rolled 17.
So you make your way around the city, and as you do, you'll scope out both of these locations. The first that you'll come to is going to be Stoneworks Pub. Now, Stoneworks is a chain establishment, which means that they have a very set blueprint. From the way that the stone is supposed to be laid, to the way that the roof is thatched, to the set menu. It's the same in every city. The same spices, the same meats, so maybe even the same farmers. As you walk in the front door and look around, the stale smell of old beer and sorrow wafts at your nose. And it's barely a moment looking around before you realize this is... Every town has a bad pub. This is probably the bad pub. The man behind the bar looks at you from under a gnarled eyebrow as he polishes the bar with a hooked hand.
Yeah, okay, I'm going.
Let's go check out the other place.
Yeah.
The Sit Stay Inn, if it could only be summarized in 2 words, would be white doilies. Knitted white doilies for 3 words. As you enter, you'll hear a wind chime outside the front door announce your presence with a just a moment. A matronly halfling woman in her late 40s will round the corner and step up on a stool behind the counter. You can see a large, what you would assume is a spell book, but it must be a guest book with a plumy peacock feathered quill stuck into an inkwell next to it. Now, the woman herself is straw blonde with her hair tied back into a cascading French braid. She's wearing an apron and plain striped shirt of gold and brown. Good evening.
Hello.
Hello. Now, does she look fairly friendly? And
Yeah, she looks very friendly.
Okay. We're looking for rooms for the night.
Excellent. Well, I'm happy to help you. How many of you are there? Just the 2?
Just the 2 of us.
No little furry friends?
No.
No children?
No.
No.
Same thing, really.
I mean, depending.
Just the 2 of you? One bed?
Two rooms, please.
Oh, 2 rooms. Just one moment. And she'll turn the book around, which is actually, it's on a lazy Susan.
That's handy.
And she turns it around and looks at it.
Zeno will actually say that as she turns it around.
It's very helpful, especially when you're trying to... It's anchored down. She'll lift the book a little. You can see it's actually like tethered through with a bolt through the spine to the table. With the number of animals we get in here, it's very handy to have it immobile.
Fair enough.
One could say it's leashed. I do have 2 rooms. One of them's a bit bigger than the other. I hope that's not a problem. So I have an amethyst suite, and I have a copper dorm. The difference there is that one is 5 silver pieces versus 2 gold pieces for the night. One of them, the amethyst suite, has a 4-poster bed as well as a clawfoot tub, and we do have water upon request through piping. Just ring the bell. It should only take about 10 minutes for us to heat it. And the copper dorm has a bunk bed, so you have your choice of beds, whichever you goes in there. There are ladders if it is the shorter one, and very helpful for me as well. And on top of that, there's also a shower stall, which actually gets hot water a bit faster because there's much less that we have to heat.
I'm fine with the copper dorm.
All right, and just please sign your name in the guest book here.
Well, actually, if it's a bunk, we'll just share that one then.
Just one?
Yeah.
All right, absolutely.
Thank you.
For an extra 5 silver, you'll have a full non-continental breakfast.
That's fine.
Sure.
A little Lowlands humor. It's not that funny. It's a little funny. So please sign that. Excellent. My name is Bika, and if you need anything else, I'm here all night.
Awesome.
Fantastic.
I had a question for you, actually.
Absolutely.
I mean, we were coming in through town, and we saw this off ahead of us as we were coming in, but it looked like another group of travelers. And, like, it looked like some sort of cloaked figure followed the scholar down an alley, and they followed, and there was, like, shouts of, like, she was trying to... The cloaked person was, like, assaulting the scribe, and, like...
Oh dear.
I think intervened, but the guards arrested them all.
Well, the guards must have a reason. They don't...
Yeah. So how does that stuff work? Like, they seemed really unfriendly. I was kind of a little like, ooh,
It's ever since the border closed.
what happened? Like, we saw that. Never heard of it being
You
closed.
folks are traveling through. Are you trying to reach the mainland?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were gonna go over to... We've got friends over there to go meet up with.
Oh, I imagine. You seem very nice people. I'm sure you have plenty of friends. There's been a bit of an issue. A group of... I'm ashamed to say it, of halflings like myself have protested Jarl Marlowe's leadership.
Oh.
They formed a junta,
Do I know what that means?
military coup.
Oh.
Is it junta or junta?
Oh.
They attempt to overthrow all of Dogrun Bridge, and the Jarl managed to close the gate. Her brother didn't survive the fight, from what I hear. His funeral is in actually in 2 days.
We had poor timing.
We did.
Yes, you do. I'm not sure if you have the chance, you might consider taking the northern road out through Leon Glen, maybe up to Griffin's Peak Bridge. Mm-hmm. It's only 3 weeks. You'll be a bit late. Hopefully it's not a wedding or any other singular occasion.
No, like, we don't have too much of a time limit on it, but we're going to go meet up and take a job.
Oh.
Alright then.
You won't find a cheaper place in town than, well, a more affordable, accommodating place than the sit, stay, sleep.
No, you seem looks lovely and everything so far. So, what is it?
There's the back door that she walked through behind the counter.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, just a moment. And she'll open the back door with her. And a little Pomeranian is going to run out.
Oh, look at you!
I will crouch down a little lower and pull
Make
my
me
hand
an animal handling roll, please. I want to see.
Bites
out.
your
Oh, I
hand.
actually have a decent one for this. That's wisdom. But I didn't roll that well. 11.
Blim blim. It licks your hand a couple of times with a fairly dry tongue. You have never in your life heard a dwarf make that noise. You're
I
gonna
will
laugh.
pull some jerky out of my pouch for it.
I never heard a dog make that noise before.
I mean,
I mean, that's the sound sugar makes, so...
Really?
yeah. That's for you, Tasha.
I will just sit there screeching the dog.
This is Stuffy. Stuffy, say hello.
Oh my goodness.
It's going to roll over and expose her belly, and you'll have a bit of time petting Stuffy. Bika's going to go behind the counter, pull out the keys. So just at the top of the stairs, the first one ahead of you.
Perfect. Thank you.
And do you think you'll be needing a shower tonight? I can start preparing the water if so.
That would actually be very nice, thank you.
Looks
We've been
like
on
you
the
have
road
some
all
mud
day.
on you anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should probably clean off.
I can do mending and laundry for an additional fee.
That's probably...
Probably need some laundry done.
Yeah.
It's been a few weeks on the road.
Just
yeah.
leave it outside of your door in the basket that's underneath the bottom bunk, and ring the bell, and I'll take care of it for you.
Fantastic.
There's a 1 hour turnaround. I hope that's not a problem.
That's not a problem.
I know a couple of tricks. The dog is just going. All right. So, what are you doing? Just resting?
Yeah.
Gonna go up, get all my stuff in order.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we should discuss this.
Okay.
What, like,
What just happened?
I don't know. So we'll have to, I guess, maybe. I guess we should find out what happened to them.
Yeah. That involves talking to some city guards.
Pay her bill. Pay her bill.
Yeah. I guess. Well, we can ask her in the morning where they likely would have, where the jail is. And
Yeah.
we can go and talk and provide character witness, I guess.
What time is it about in the game right now?
Right about now, it's probably about 1 in the morning.
Oh, gross. Okay.
Yeah. You got
we
in
should
pretty
work
late.
out though what happened. Because you're the one who did a lot of the stabbing. And we don't want them arresting you instead.
Yeah, but nobody needs to know that I was the one that did a lot of the stabbing.
Or maybe you shouldn't go there, and I should go there, because they might recognize me as the one who's in the mouth of the alley.
That's true.
And I can just be
Oh,
like,
shit.
it seemed maybe misguided, but they were just trying to help save a guy's life. I understand it's difficult to tell necessarily when you're running up, and trying to deal with keeping the peace and all that.
Mm-hmm.
The shower stall will begin pumping out steaming water.
I was hoping that wasn't the dog.
Now the room that you're in as well, that you're talking in, it's 2 human-sized bunk beds made of wood, fairly comfortable. Not too comfortable, but also not threadbare. It's not hay mattresses. They actually are cotton and springs.
Not ice.
It's not ice that you're sleeping on. This is actually quite luxurious, and the there are Sorry?
Is it clean?
It's actually very, very clean.
No bugs, no fleas?
No bugs, no fleas, and
Excellent.
You can. It's actually quite warm in here, even without a fireplace. It seems that there are some steel pipes that run through the walls that are full of steam.
So now I forgot I had mending.
Fantastic.
So I'm gonna go over all my crap
Okay.
and cast mending on anything that needs
Is it a cantrip?
It is.
Nice. Yeah. Do it.
It's just gonna mend.
Okay.
Mend.
I am going to shower in my nice hot shower.
So both of you can refresh all of your hit points.
Yes.
So you'll have a long rest.
I actually didn't need to, but...
Okay. And as you are showering, do you mind if I cut back to the other group?
No, go for it.
Good.
So down in the dungeon, let me change. Tonight we're using tabletop audio for our background music. Tabletop audio is a fantastic thing that we don't pay for. Actually, you know what? I do pay for it. I give them Patreon, which you should too if you use them. It's great. And where is the stables? No. Cistern? No. You
I don't
guys
suppose
were...
we're gonna get enough rest to get refresh our spells, are we?
You can refresh your spells, but you don't have your components with you.
I know, but if we ever got them back,
That's true.
Yeah.
'cause even if it's not very likely.
Okay.
I mean, did they just trust that Fera wouldn't get them out? Because doesn't she just have a bunch of, like, verbal spells?
Nope, she has material components because she lost that ability, unfortunately.
Oh.
Because, yeah, I traded it out for something else.
Well, a lot of spells don't have component.
A knock does, though,
Oh, okay.
I believe. So down in the cellar, in the dungeons beneath the city watch again, you watch the guard change regularly. It seems that there's a larger contingent down here than you might expect. Those 3 guards, a 4th one joins as the night draws on. And even if 2 are relaxed, 2 are always alert and vigilant, walking a straight route down between the cells. Careful. What do you do? What do you talk about? So it's you. The woman in your cell with you eventually will have begrudgingly introduced herself as Margin. Margin Jones.
Well, Margin Jones, I'm Yasin Galvarius, monk and Galvatur nowadays. These are my old traveling companions who... You didn't actually say what you did. What did you do?
We didn't do anything.
Do what? No, legit. This time we were not doing anything.
We tried to stop someone from getting assassinated.
And then wrong place. What was that?
No, legitimately. We tried to... Someone was following a sort of scholar or something.
It wasn't
and-
another movie, was it?
No, not
Okay.
other...
From what
no.
I can gather, another tiefling has committed a heinous crime, and because I'm a tiefling, I'm obviously the same tiefling to have done it.
Yeah.
So
Didn't bother
maybe
to check.
we can cut a deal with this person if we bring them this tiefling instead of us.
I highly doubt they even bother to let us.
Hey, it's worth a shot. So
True.
otherwise,
So where
how
are
else
you
are we gonna
from?
get out of here?
Are you talking to Margin?
Yes.
North Dogrun. Other side of the bridge.
Ah, we are in Dogrun. I remember this.
Yes. it's
Yes.
Dogrun.
What even happened to you?
I was drinking. And I was talking to people.
And then you killed somebody.
No.
I don't think that is a confirmed thing.
No, that's not what I mean. I mean,
There
when you
was a
got picked
breaking
up
of
by
a
the
chair.
eagle.
I do remember a chair breaking. But I'm sure it was an innocent accident.
Yeah, sure it was. That's what they all say.
I may have started talking again. That's usually not a good thing when I start talking about things, but...
Mars.
Yes, Fera.
Jason? That's
That's him. He's the one that got picked up by the giant eagle.
the girl that's sitting in their cell with them, twiddles her fingers at you in a wave. She's, so to describe her, she's about 5'3", 5'4", maybe. Rather slight of build, has a pale skin with incredibly long, like ankle-length blonde hair, very long, sharp ears like an elf, but a pair of scaled horns and bits of like goldish scale along her face and hands. And she's sitting on a tail. Hi.
This is Fera.
Gasson will somersault off his bench.
Oh no.
Not well.
Yes, Yasin will drunkenly somersault off his bench. And then give a bow. And be like, hello, Strange. You look like an elf, kind of.
Oh
Okay.
no.
Well,
That's fine.
You also look like an elf.
I do.
I just start laughing.
you've missed a lot.
So, where did you run into my companions and what trouble were they getting into?
Oh, we met up in a cave. It's a long story. I'll tell you later if we get out of this alive.
That's
We're gonna
probably
get
for
out
the
of this
best.
life. Don't you worry your pretty little head.
Okay, sure.
So, you're from...
Awfully
I'm
confident.
going to turn back
internal
the
voice.
halfling.
I won't worry my
You're from here.
like,
What
badass
what do you
bitch
know
little
about...
head.
It's not bad.
Who do we deal with? The jailkeeper or do we deal with the mayor?
There's no man here. You're gonna deal with Kronar, the executioner. Kronos never lost a trial.
Executioner. So he's going to execute our release.
No, yes, and
Oh.
I
I
think
suppose if
that's
you're
exactly-
innocent, depends who you've killed.
Has anyone ever been declared innocent?
Well, there seems
you
to be a
know
lot
of?
of people in here.
Generally, that goes to mistrial. I'm not sure how. It depends on what you've done. But
I
then-
did nothing.
Well, then you should be fine.
But if they think we've done something,
They'll probably trump up charges like they did with me.
What do you mean?
I didn't kill anyone. That's not what the Fast Cloud's about. We're about freedom.
So what did you
the
do?
wait, sorry, Fast Cloud? What is?
Yeah, us. She'll jut a finger back at herself and then point to the far cell in the back corner where you can see a half dozen other halflings.
Hello!
One of them confusedly waves. They're still wearing manacles. They're chained to the wall.
Are we all chained?
Oh dear.
No, just them.
Why are you?
Oh,
separate
actually,
from
she
them?
is too,
Oh.
now that I mention it.
Why are you separate from them then?
A special place of honor.
Because they think you killed the brother?
Or did they sell you out?
No, the Fast Cloud is solid. We're the ones who got trapped on this side when the border went up. They're hunting the rest of us down.
Our border went up.
The
The border is closed.
Oh dear. Well, that's going to really impede me.
It seems to be impeding all of us, aside from the fact that we're,
Are you guys going to save the world too?
I mean, that we're
No
Not
saying this stupid.
intent. Not exactly. That wasn't really the intent, but if it happens along the way,
I was going to side the border.
We'll see what happens.
Can I?
It'd be a pleasant
mean-
surprise.
It sounds like the rest of your group's over on the other side. It's got to be at least slightly more pleasant.
They'll be over here once they get the border down. Don't worry. If we last that long and the Fast Cloud comes through, they'll free all of us, you included. They don't care what you did. They're all about freedom.
But,
Hey! Settle down in there, one of the guards says, slamming the butt of his spear against the bars. That's enough of that.
rude.
Do you say something?
No.
That's what I thought, freak. Keep your teeth pressed together if you want to keep them. I'm watching you.
Yeah, you are.
If you like, sir, I know it's rather dreary down here. If you were to return to me my fiddle, I could try to make the atmosphere a little more pleasant. I tend to be quite good. My friends will vouch for me.
The atmosphere was pleasant before you opened your damn mouth.
All right. That's a critic.
Just keep your mouth shut. After your trial, you'll be released. You're not here for anything serious.
You happen to know what I did? I happen to have forgotten. I may have been drunk.
You're here for drunken disorderly conduct, vandalism, and vomiting on one of the mayor's aides.
I swear that chair was an accident. It was not intentional vandalism.
Well,
Add destroying a chair to the list.
So, sounds like you had a good time. Are you supposed to drink or something? Yeah.
What did I say?
You told me to shut my mouth.
I told both of you to shut your damn mouths. Now go to sleep before I put you there.
There'll be nothing for us to bail out.
One of the guards by the front gives the one that's talking to you a look. The ones by the door are holding poles with almost looks like caps on the tip, like plugs. And as you look at them, they twist the tops, and you can see electricity crackle through the tops of the staves, like cattle prods.
Yeah, Tia's gonna, try and be inconspicuous and go to sleep.
Okay.
Just let Marge dig herself a bigger hole.
And hope that we don't all get killed before we get out of here.
Let's just play along, Fera says, whispering in your ear. Let's just play along, and if push comes to shove, I'll just breathe fire on them tomorrow. I can't really do that in a cell, though. Well, maybe on you. Yeah. Don't worry, it'll be fine.
Can I hear in the other cell?
Yeah.
Where did you find a fire-breathing elf?
In a mountain.
We're going to go for drinks. I want to hear this story.
I've never actually been drinking.
Yes! Pass on.
You never took her out drinking.
We went in together! We were at it!
Yeah, but
Before.
she kept going to bed early. You
That's
hadn't
true, she did.
Problem then.
It is, but you hadn't unlocked that social link yet. Now she's level 3 and you get to take her out drinking. And then at level 4 you can take her out clubbing. Then at level 5 you can have an emotional breakdown together. Then at level 6 you can burn down a village. Then at level 7 you can burninate the countryside.
Yeah, I'm gonna have fun when we finally get her out drinking. I'm gonna get her so drunk and she's gonna enjoy one hell of a hangover.
Yeah.
That's true.
It
That's
is
true.
super
And
true.
I'm not
That's going to
heal
happen.
Okay.
Just get some rest.
So it looks like you're going to be let out of here easily tomorrow, Margin says.
So, I'm actually going to... Is the mat bolted down that I'm sleeping on?
It's basically just a rug, to be honest. Like it's a thick, like double-layered woolen rug.
I'm going to roll it up so it makes an actual comfy seat. Comfy seat.
Mhm.
I'm going to walk over and put it so that I can sit on it, face her, and have my back to the guards. And I'll, flip the blanket up so that they can't see me talking. Be like, so other than the general concept of freedom, what is with the whole... What is this, a civil war?
Basically. We're trying to liberate everything. The Jarl has controlled this region for almost 200 years. And she's doing a piss-poor job of it.
Okay, well, piss poor job, that makes sense.
Between us. Hell, they're gonna kill me tomorrow anyway. She was doing a bad enough job of it that her brother went against her. That's why she killed him. And that's why I'm gonna hang.
You were just in a bad place at a bad time? Or?
I was there when he died.
So you were in a bad place. I'm assuming you did better. My apologies for your loss.
I didn't know Crag personally, but
Can I give you a hug?
she'll nod meekly.
Jason, well, give her a hug.
And you'll hear a little squeak in your ear. I don't want to die. I just wanted to live free.
We will see what we can do.
The next morning comes, assuming that no one tries anything. Going to advance time, you can all heal your hit points.
Me.
Jason, all of your hit points get healed. I know you were worried.
I'm not dead. Yay.
All right. So, you wake after a beautiful night's slumber.
Oh, yes.
And you can see there's a little card that was left inside of your room that said breakfast is at 7th bell.
Sweet.
And do you head downstairs?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, I'll get all dressed and
In
pack
a
my stuff
nicely
up.
cleaned outfit.
Your clothes smell like lilac,
Ooh. Pleasant.
perfectly pressed along the creases. The greens are greener, the blues are bluer. They bring out the
Wow.
colors of your gemstone eyes.
She's good.
As you make your way down the stairwell,
Amy is just sour in the corner there.
beneath the stairs is a corridor that leads to a room with a long table and half a dozen people sitting and eating. You can see that there's a half-orc man in a pluming cravat, sitting and eating with a knife and fork. Oh, that's what I said to him. You can bugger off my pig. It's funny because it's a pig. The man across the table from him, an elderly human with a giant bald spot that has touched every part of his scalp except for the very front of his bangs and like the area around his.
Tonsure.
He's got, well, it wishes it was a tonsure. Yes, he's quite funny. Quite funny. Hey. Speaking of which, don't hog all the sausage. Friends, just in time. The others you can see, there are a pair of dwarves, looks like a husband and wife pair, bickering. Hey, but beer goes well with breakfast. You always think beer goes well with breakfast. Beer goes better with lunch, though, and if you drink it all now, we won't have any for lunch. Aye, but it's my option to do so. Good morning. Hi, good morning to you.
Good morning.
And then the last two are, looks like a honeymooning couple. Humans in their early 20s. One dark-skinned man with a shaved head, almost as dark as the wood of the table, which is a rich mahogany. And sitting next to him is a woman with pale skin and bright, vibrant orange-red hair like a sunset and freckles all over her shoulders. She's wearing a little bodice. And he's wearing just one of those kind of like poet lace-up front shirts with the giant collars. Good morning. Good morning.
Morning.
Yes. Bika says, coming in. Yes, good morning, good morning. It's wonderful to have all four of you lovely couples here. We're not actually couples, the old man says. More traveling companions.
Traveling companions.
Yes. Ish. No offense. None taken. And they will serve you a delicious breakfast. Are you conversing, doing anything while you're there?
I will ask about the troubles that Dogrun Bridge has been having recently.
Who are you asking specifically?
I will comment to the room.
To the room. Okay.
You know it's good when that okay comes out.
Aye. Well, this place has had a bit of problems, hasn't it? Says the female dwarf.
Seems so.
Right. It's definitely bad.
We just came in last night and
We're lucky. We were going through on our way to Steep Hollow. So we'll be fine. We're on our honeymoon. It's true. We're on a honeymoon from the mainland.
Steep Hollow is nice.
Is it?
It's lovely.
I want to go skiing.
We just
And
came
I want to
from
go
there.
snowshoeing.
there's lots of snow.
Yeah, we just came from there. It's great. Oh, they had an issue with their snowman, their famous snowman.
Oh no. Oh, I'm sure they'll have it fixed before long.
Hopefully, it wasn't available when we went.
Well,
But the city itself had some lovely just shops, some lovely.
do you
There was
have?
this one, oh, what was their name? The armor.
Oh,
That person. I've forgotten the name.
I've forgotten the name too.
But I will explain about them in detail because they were decent.
Yeah, she was very good.
Also, if you want to have a touch of gambling, then
Oh,
I'll tell them the place we stayed
I
at.
do like gambling.
Yeah, the place
It's
was
quite fun.
amazing.
What was it called?
It was the Cavern of Delight.
Oh, that was in the brochure.
Yeah,
They were
it was.
worth it.
It was. That's where we stayed.
Well, we're setting out today, actually.
Yeah, no, it was amazing.
This is going to be good, Bricka. Hi,
I will
Boogie.
recommend that one shop that had the high class hot chocolate.
Oh,
Because
yeah,
it was
yeah.
actually good.
Oh yeah.
It was a bit snooty, but it was good.
Oh, and
no, it was weirdly Canadian.
it was. Yeah, that's the one with the.
What was that?
Yeah,
That was-
food on a hamster.
Hood on a hamster.
You've missed some things, friend.
Oh my.
There was hooting on a hamster.
One thing to keep track of in Steep Hollow is pickpockets. They'll grab your stuff and they'll fly off the edge.
The trick about that: keep mousetraps in your pocket.
That's brilliant.
Here,
There you go.
try and steal my gems. I dare you.
I'm okay.
Oh, I'll steal your gems. And she'll grab his upper thigh. Oh! I think I've had enough sausage, lads. Have you? I never. And they're going to run back upstairs. Leaving the 4 of your companions and the
Malia
2
will
of
just
you.
laugh and mutter something in Dwarvish.
You know, that's really cute. That's cute.
Remember when we were like that? Says the dark-skinned man. A bit, she says, her voice surprisingly husky, like a long-time smoker.
And was that a
Yeah.
sort of sound or a...
Oh yeah, you know what? I'm gonna adjust her. She's gonna sound like the woman from Russian Doll. Yeah.
Well, what brings you two here?
We're part of a merchant caravan. Traveling through. We're up from Lee and Glen. You know, the spring town. The town of springs. You know, fizzy water. Yeah. Delivering water and other stuff like that, because they ain't got very many wells up here. It's true. And
You been through here often, or
we come up here about once a month.
any... This is my first time here. Any recommendations on what to avoid, what to do? Like, especially with all the unrest, like I don't want to fall foul of any local rules.
I would just get out of here as soon as you could.
Try it, let's go that way though, through the bridge.
Yeah, good luck. If you're looking to kill some time, what? He looks at his companion. Lazy Leaf? Lazy Leaf. Go to the Lazy Leaf tobacconist. They'll help you out. Some good halfling stuff. There's also, if you're looking to get really messed up, the Brightbird Arcanist. Has some interesting potions, things like that.
Good to
And
know.
a number of, like, I mean, there's a lot of stuff in town that's really, I mean, you gotta hit the bridge market if it's still open. Which should be. That's where everybody buys their food. Market stalls. Yeah, market stalls all along the bridge, she interjects. Both sides, and then you walk through the middle, like that's how you generally do it. And usually what they have is on both sides of the gate, there's like these market stalls and they're competing against each other, and it's kinda like a farmer's market, but like huge. Lots of good street food, things like that. Plus then you get a like
Hopefully it's still going.
they wouldn't shut it down even for something stupid like this.
Any recommendations for armory?
Yeah. Well, that would be Dravel's, she says. Dravel's House of Iron.
Fantastic.
They're especially good at sizing. So if you've got like a big thing and you need to make it small, or a small thing and you need to make it big and not as good, because that's the way sizing works, they can do that for you.
Good to know.
Yeah, besides that, I mean, there's tons of stuff like that. Hit the long drop. You'll like it.
The long drop?
Yeah, it's a pub on the bridge, sort of. But it's also your one-stop shop for, you ever done drop jumping?
No, can't say I have.
Oh, well, the bridge, look, because the red skirt goes down for like leagues, right? So they tie this rope to your waist, and it's like this springy, weird, you're like some elf, you know what I'm talking about, like that springy stuff that you guys have in the rubber tree forests. And you jump off and you bounce.
Okay.
They hook you up with a ring of feather fall. It's fine. It's good. It's like 10 gold a trip, but if you got the coin, you get to fly for a minute.
Cool.
You will never be so high as when you get that low. It's like falling back into the womb.
Okay.
Especially if you visit the tobacconist beforehand.
We ran into the hippie couple.
Okay.
They come from Malia and Glen. Malia and Glen is like, basically, it's a hot spring town. Yes. So, what about the two of you? Where are you going today? What are your plans?
We were supposed to be going across the bridge, but we can see now that's not going to happen.
We might have to head over to, what was it, Griffin?
Mm-hmm.
Griffin's Peak.
Griffin's Peak Bridge.
Yes, so you'd have to probably head toward Chander's End. I think would be the best way if you want to take the coal road north. There's the long way around as well. We could go to Grimstead and hook around the mountain ranges. Adds about a month and a half to the trip, but it is very lovely. Very
Might be
lovely.
a bit too much.
Well, if you're interested, they've caught the cad who killed the Jarl's brother.
Really?
Yeah, he's going on trial today at the trial house. Actually,
Where is that?
if you go to the center of town, it used to be in the gatehouse. But with the border closed, most of the facilities there are locked down. The magical spell apparently bisects the entire blooming place. So, it's been moved to City Hall, temporary City Hall, I suppose. It's the Bridge Masons Guild. They have an adjacent facility. You just call it City Hall. 2nd Street on the left, and then you follow it for 4 blocks, and you can't miss it. It's the Mortar Clock Tower.
Fair enough. So, who did they find that did it?
Some halfling, as far as I understand. Oh, I'm sorry, dear. You'll shoot a glance at Bricka. She's serving your breakfast. Oh, not a problem at all. People get what they deserve, and you deserve more potatoes. Will you be extending a stay?
It seems that way, yeah.
Yeah. We'll pay for another night for now and see. We'll have to figure out what the heck's going on with everything and what we're going to be doing. But yeah, another night's probably good.
Yeah.
You're looking to go watch the trials?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yes. What's involved in the trial here? Like, I'm used to just a generic magistrate truth spell.
That's the name of the show.
It's almost like we're funny.
Yeah, it's almost. Not
Almost.
See, it would have been funny if you guys didn't make such a big deal out of it.
Okay.
I know! Right?
Like,
we ruined it.
here I was just dropping it in the middle of conversation, totally unintentionally.
Yeah.
Accidental.
And it would have gone well.
But,
You all were like,
so
Oh, sorry, Mike.
normally it's a bit more of an affair.
Fondling your leg with my foot.
Thankfully, when they closed the border, they were able to keep Kronor on this side. Or he was on this side when the border closed.
Is he the magistrate?
He's the destroyer, my dear. Chrono the Destroyer, undefeated, the most feared of his kind in all the land. A man who stands, a human man, like myself, stands almost 12 hands high.
Wait,
That's almost 7 feet. Yeah, no, hands like this.
What's it got to do with the trial process?
With the trials against him,
Wait, you have to fight? That's how you...
everything's a fight. In one sense.
So-
or another.
What if the person's actually innocent, but not a good fighter?
It's complicated. You should go see. Go see. Come, yeah. Thaddeus, I want to go and take these two with us. All right, if you really want to go, I suppose we could.
Okay, I've got to see this now.
All right. Well, grab your things, Kevin. Let's go. Nice,
looks like we found a new party.
Thaddeus and Kevin have joined the team.
Thaddeus and Kevin.
I wonder what these guys do.
The only NPCs that matter now.
Which ones were they? I'm just curious.
They were the old orc and the half orc and the old human.
And the half-orc's called Kevin.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, the half orc is called Thaddeus.
Oh, but
And he's the one with the cravat.
The one who's speaking now is Kevin, the old man with the wispy hair.
Oh, okay, I thought he had called him Kevin, so...
Yes, no, Thaddeus. Thaddeus, I want to go and take them there. All right, Kevin, I suppose we shall.
Ah,
Fair enough. Okay.
Do you need me to...
yeah,
do,
no, I get it now, because you
do I need to go deeper? Do I need to go deeper?
always...
I'm going to bottom out eventually. That's a great face, Amy. So Thaddeus and Kevin...
Doing.
Kevan, because this is the fantasy world. Kevan.
Kavan.
Kavana.
Or Kavan.
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 That just sounds Anne McCaffrey-esque.
Yeah, it does. Okay,
You find yourselves led,
Yeah.
shackled, manacled into a chain line. And you're led through the city streets. As you climb the steps to the top of the city guard tower, as the city watch building, you start looking for ways to escape, obviously. As if anticipating it, 3 robed individuals, one bearing a symbol of Thias, the god of magic and knowledge, and 2 wizards, dressed in arcane robes with tomes dangling from their belts, flank the group. And as they look at you, you can see stars, an arcane light glow behind their eyes as they watch you. You're led through the streets. Is this where they throw tomatoes? Fera says. I read in a book.
No, that's public humiliation.
I mean, I am kind of peckish.
I think these dresses accomplish that.
But it's all soft and cushy. I like this.
You would.
The streets are lined with people. More people than any of you are accustomed to seeing. You walk the scant 6 blocks, and in doing so pass almost 300 people, lining the streets and staring, children jeering and shouting. No one throws anything, though. The adults are stock silent.
It
That
starts
chair
raining.
was a lot more important than I realized.
Let's try to get through this alive.
Have they taken all of the prisoners from down there with us? Like a big group?
Yup. They've taken all of you, and presently you outnumber the guards by about 2 to 1, but
Not much we can do though.
yeah,
We're all chained together.
they lead you down and into a large ornate building with a clock tower jutting out the top, made of dark stone that seems to absorb the light. At one point, this might have been some type of theater, but now you can see that it's stadium seating in a semicircle with a large podium at the top of which a door is built into the wall. There are balconies spread throughout that you can see people dressed in finery sitting at. The crowds have pushed into the stands and look down at you. And as you're led into the floor, you can see that the floor here is dusty and wooden. And it looks like a bit of sawdust on the floor, next to a block with several large nicks in it, about the size of a sawhorse. No.
Blood?
It looks like it's been swept up, but you can see a bit of dark shadowing along the wood of that sawhorse. One of the guards motions to a row of benches, and you'll find yourself inside a central ring. Take your seats. You'll be called up accordingly.
Feels remarkably like the Skyrim opening.
Yeah, it does.
And we even have a dragon!
One of the halflings that leans in. I heard you guys were trying to cross the border. They caught you too, huh?
It's funny because I just started a new game at Skyrim last night.
That's funny. All right.
Flashbacks.
It's just post Skyrim stress disorder.
That was my knee.
Okay, so yes, Amy.
Just wondering if this is gonna go the way Skyrim did.
I hope not.
Because that would be horrible.
That would be hilarious.
Also hilarious.
All right, you're all led to long benches. Now, to give you a sense of the room again, there are stadium seats that go up. Now, these are steep stadium seats, probably 30 ranks deep, that go up in a semicircle around the room. Then there are a number of balconies, other chambers that lead off, and you can see some bailiffs minding the floor. Picture this as kind of like a small coliseum, more than anything.
I was going to ask, is it open to like the weather or is it closed off?
The sky, it is closed off up top. Up top, it is closed off, but the roof itself is actually attached by a series of columns, so the wind will sweep inside.
Okay.
There's a central podium in front of you that's probably where the judge presides, with a door on top that leads to that seating area atop the podium. And then your benches ring the inside circle. So think of it kind of like a cage match arena.
Okay.
So there's a caged barrier that separates you from like running into the stands, and probably just shy of 24 guards visible here.
It's a lot of guards.
How many halflings are with us?
There are 7 halflings with you.
Just throw them at the guards.
So your entire contingent is 7 halflings, 1 kenku, 1 human, and a second human who is a tan-skinned man with almond-shaped eyes, black hair tied back into a long ponytail at the nape of his neck, who's covered in tattoos of swirling storms. And scars, lots of scars.
Anyone that we might recognize?
No, but you can make me an insight roll looking at him.
I would like to also.
All of you can.
Oh, no. I rolled a 3, so that's a 6.
17.
I got 14.
Nice. One of those tattoos you've seen before on a monk's scroll. There's a swirling wave crashing against a rock along his bicep. And something kind of curling down like a large snake that ends at his fist. You looking at him, he is obviously a seasoned fighter. You get a good sense that whatever he is, he's a killer. He has killed before. There's a stone, cold look in his eyes. And judging from some of the scarring on his body, he survived mortal wounds, probably because of the aid of a cleric or something like that. Like, he's got scars along, like, the sides of his throat. And then he's ripped open the front of his shirt, because fuck this shirt. And you can see that there's a rather jagged scar across the center of his chest.
Okay.
Where someone tried to cut his heart out.
Cool.
Yeah. He gives you a look over.
Where did you train? One sec, guys.
What's up?
It kept saying the broadcast you were watching has ended.
Oh, that...
And I've reopened it a few times.
Oh, if it's on the phone, sometimes the networks will do funny things.
Are we still connected on?
Yeah, that's connected.
Okay. Just because I restarted it a few times, it kept saying the same thing.
Should still be going.
Now it's just loading. Loading.
Yeah.
I'll just check it real quick.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go blow my nose while you check it and fill my water bottle.
This should still be good.
I'll take a look on mine too.
And we are tapped to unmute. We are... It says we're offline. Is it still recording?
Yeah, it's still going.
Yeah, mine keeps saying it's offline.
It says we're going. Let me just take a look at what it's doing. Work stuff. See if it's dropping anything. Hello, camera. Hello. Okay. Yeah, it might have dropped it super briefly because it just reconnected. Yeah.
Oh, we're back on.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it was recording the whole time at least, so it'll catch us on the restream. Sorry if you were watching and we cut out for a second. The interwebs were being mean to us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I looked down at it and I could see it had just turned red, but it's back to green again.
Okay,
so
cool.
it wasn't gonna be alarmed or anything.
Alert.
Alert.
Alert, alert. This car is being stolen.
What?
Okay.
Alright.
Let me not trip over everything to get back into my seat.
That's what I just did.
Tripped over everything?
Yeah, basically.
Oh wow, impressive. There were many things for you to trip over, I guess.
That's true.
As the crowd ushers in the distance, you'll find your seats. And you can see them dressed in those frilly, pale pink outfits. I've got peanuts, I've got popcorn over here. Who would like either?
Yes!
Yep.
Oh no.
I've got sausages as well, wrapped in soft, sticky buns.
All three, please.
Let's do it.
Alright, so they'll pass over some stuff.
Finally, something that makes Tia's eyes pop.
And you will see sitting next to them, Jason.
Well, whom I have never met.
Yep.
Oh, that son of a bitch.
What?
See that half-elf looking dude? He's kind of naive looking.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Jackson. We've
I've heard of
talked about
him.
haven't
Yes.
we?
He's the one who got
that
carried off by
Yes, that one.
Dong.
Well, I mean, with how naive he looks, I can see why.
Dong.
Jackson!
Dong.
Getting flashbacks to the monastery.
No, he's hungover.
Dong.
So both.
The bell chimes 9 times. A man standing in front of the podium speaks out. All rise! Her Grace, Jarl Marlowe, presiding. And you can hear a slight squeak as the door at the top of the podium opens, and a fair-haired dwarf in middle age with a fresh, deep scar over her right cheek and nose steps out wearing ceremonial armor. Can I get everyone here to make a perception roll, please?
Hopefully I can do better this time.
8.
That's not too bad. That's a 17.
I'm way too
20.
distracted by my popcorn.
Okay.
And the pinkness.
What'd you get?
18.
18?
20.
Glancing up.
23.
Okay. You can see that she's wearing ceremonial armor. But the three of you glance up, and that ceremonial armor, that's the armor of one of the Paladin orders. You can't tell which one from here. She's quite high up. But what you can tell is that it's not shining. It's unpolished, somewhat dirty.
A dwarf with dirty armor? What the?
Is the halfling woman sitting next to me?
Yes.
I'm not sure.
What?
Is that her armor?
Yep.
But that's not Paladin.
No shit.
So she's a bad Paladin?
The worst. You may be seated, she says. Actually, let me try that again. You may be seated. Her voice echoes over the chamber. The crowd sits, and actually around you gets quite quiet. And that's when you hear it. Footsteps echoing across the wooden floorboards of the entranceway. Emerging underneath the walkway, underneath the seats in the stadium, you see a man. Standing nearly 7 feet tall, he's a human, built like a bull. His muscles rippling with every step. He wears a furred loincloth, boots, and bracers, but little else.
No one can replace bear murder.
A broad, bastard sword is strapped across his back. He drags a sack next to him that drips red onto the wood. On his hands you can see as well as he approaches that his fingertips and parts of his chest are also stained red. Behind him is a gorgeous, voluptuous, impossibly narrow-waisted woman with curly blonde hair cascading down her back and a heart-shaped face that looks like it was crafted by the god of lust themselves.
Definitely.
Wearing a long, flowing robe. He grunts and glowers as he pushes open the gate into the central square and moves over toward a desk and chairs that have been set up to the side. He slams the bag on top of it and glares over at the three of you, and I need... Okay. He glares you down. I got a 24 on my intimidation check. I'm assuming that probably is a bit effective. He glares down at you. Reaches in to his bag. And you can hear him rustle around. And he pulls out a small case. He opens it and pulls out a tiny pair of spectacles.
That's incredibly unhygienic.
My apologies, Your Grace. My ink pen leaked, and my assistant Sabanad is fetching me a replacement pair of robes. I thought it prudent to arrive with punctuality rather than decorum as to not tardy your day.
And we get to just watch this.
If I can begin with the first accused, Your Grace. Proceed.
Fuck us.
He snaps his fingers twice, and the girl in the skimpy robe hands him a cup of coffee. And a scroll, which he'll flick through. The prosecution would like to call the Kenku known as Chime. is... Let's see, who is being held under accusation of stealing purses in the market square. One of the guards will escort the Kenku up to a seat in the middle of the floor. And you will watch this giant barbarian in a skimpy loincloth proceed to cross-examine the witness for a half hour. It is... By the time he's done, you honestly think you might have preferred the trial by combat. He tears the Kenku down to size with constant... Yes. And what, pray tell, is your defense? Wasn't me. There are witnesses, sir. Wasn't me. There are witnesses, sir. According to the precedent of the compact between the Kenku and the mortal realm in 385 Age of Wonders.
Well, you guys have nothing to worry about then.
Leans forward. One of the halflings leans forward next to you. That's why they call him the Destroyer. The most feared litigator in all the land.
Oh my god. Okay. Good bait and switch.
I love this so much.
The Kenku eventually, sobbing in the voice of a 40-year-old man. It was me! It was me! Eventually will admit guilt. Sorry, I've got to find my let's see. Let's see. The Jarl will bang her hammer onto the podium. Chime! You're sentenced to 30 days of jail time and banishment once the barrier's opened.
What's this guy's name?
Chime.
No,
It was Kronar with a K. Like Cronut, but actually no. There we go. Kronor. Kronar the Destroyer.
What a beaut.
He's a wonder. His long black hair. That's great.
the most
Feared litigator in all the lands.
Yeah.
Or was it realms?
In all the lands, in all the realms. He's all the lowlands for sure. The prosecution would like to call Jilly Thames to be tried for theft from the Grand Library of Thiers. He then proceeds to cross-examine Jilly Thames. Hi, well, I borrowed the book. That's true. I checked it out of the library. Then why didn't you return it? 1 month past the date. That is a book of ancient history worth more than many. Each page of that book took how many months of hard, arduous script making? You make me sick.
It's a hell of a late fee.
I didn't return it. Then why isn't it checked in? Maybe it's on the other side. Maybe it ended up on the other side of the barrier. Yes, well, there's no proof of that, is there? Are you saying?
They don't put tracking spells on their books?
Are you saying that the librarian? Quiet! There will be time for you soon. Yasin. Are you saying that the librarians do not take good enough care of their charges? No, I'm just saying that I returned it. If you returned it, it would not. I have so many notes for this game, I'm just trying to keep track of names at this point. Are you saying that that Librarian Alvarez would not have been able to return it to you? Would not have been able to return it from you? Okay, I lost it. It's somewhere in the library. I just dropped it off. I was in a hurry. Do you know how many texts are in that library? Shaylee! The girl goes... 42,911 on the history side alone, Kronor. 42,000 books. I rest my case. Aye, and what a case should rest. Jilly! You did return the book, but carelessly. And that book is worth more than many lives. It's worth 50 gold pieces. Each day of scribing. If it costs... If it costs 50 gold pieces to scribe, I think it's only fair that you give a scribe's wage back to the library. You'll work for the library's community service for 500 hours. To be decided upon by Ildrin Elveris, Grand Librarian of the History and Humanity Departments. Take it away. The guards will come and drag her away.
What a late charge.
The prosecution would like to call Yasin to the stand. The guards will unlock you. In the chair. Sit in the chair.
Yes, sir. Wander over.
Yasin. What is your last name? You were too drunk to read it out to the court scribe last night.
Belveris.
Elveris. You are being charged with drunken disorderly conduct, destruction of Muddy's Pottery Company, destruction of at least 2 shelves of custom-made artisanal pottery, as well as stepping on a dog's tail,
That was most certainly an accident.
and vomiting into one of the Jarl's Seneschal's laps. Fish soup. What say you?
I'm sorry?
I am sure that it was an accident, but I don't remember any of this.
So innocent or guilty? We have witnesses.
You do?
He will gesture. You'll see a middle-aged woman in a long flowing robe with a very violent green stain on the front of her shirt. She'll glare at you and point at the shirt and then point at you.
What happened last night? I don't remember.
You puked on me!
I've heard that part. What else?
A gnome with a shiny bald head and a pair of Coke bottle glasses. That's the one! That's the one who ruined my shop! Quiet! Would you like to plead before they take the stand?
For who takes the witnesses?
Yes.
Can I hear them first?
All right. The gnome will take the stand. I was closing up shop last night. Early, because of the troubles that we've been having. He shoots a look up at the Jarl. About 5 o'clock, I was finishing polishing up. And that's when this drunken brute kicked in the front door, screaming about the eyes and the hunger and other foolish things, and started swinging his arms around. I thought he was a little drunk at first, but he punched right through one of my gourds, and then through one of my amphirs. And of course, Prosecutor Kronor, you know the way that I have my amphirs stacked. If you hit one over, it's just a domino effect, and then it hit my domino collection. Many dominoes were destroyed that night, according to your report. All in all, you think that this was... how much? More than 70, 80 gold pieces worth of work that I could have sold on the market. Plus the cleaning bill. I would like to call...
Question. I
I'll
don't...
allow it.
Now, I could see myself going to a tavern. I could see myself going to the stables. I have no idea. There's nothing I would ever need from a potter. Is there any witnesses, Sir Gnome, that of me actually going into your store. Was there anyone watching?
They'll look back at the crowd. Little help? You'll see 10 hands raised in the crowd in various places.
Okay, well that answers that.
Oh my god.
I would like to call... I would like to
We're just
call
munching popcorn and nuts and sauce.
Granica to the stand. Court. The court would forgot which voice I was using. The court would like to call Granica, Seneschal of the Jarl, to the stand. Oh, it was the most horrible thing. I was standing outside, she says, kind of running her fingers through her, like, short, curly brown hair. I was outside by Muddy's Pottery Co. And I had just picked up a purchase across the way at the Bright Bird. And this drunk elf, screaming his head off, stumbled outside, and he kept saying, why is there a tankard on, why is there, not a tankard, an ampere? Why is there an ampere on the sign if there's no ampere inside? He kept shouting for more and more drink. I tried to calm him down. And then and she'll look down at the giant stain on her shirt. These are ceremonial vestments. It's damaged the silk. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Well, that's interesting.
Do you have anything to say for yourself?
I have never seen Jackson drunk before.
Uh,
I don't think he's...
how did you try to calm me down?
The witness will answer the question. I tried calming you down, holding you by the shoulders, talking you down.
That does not surprise me. I have very terrible memories of being grabbed by the shoulders. It was probably the shock.
Permission to treat the witness as hostile. Permission to treat the suspect as hostile. Jason.
I believe I puked in self-defense.
I think that should be added to our list.
Yeah, put that quote
That's a
Yep.
quote.
That's going.
The Jarl
not
will
on
look
Twitter.
down. Lad, if you make a mockery of my court, I'll add lashes to the punishment. You got drunk. You made some stupid mistakes. We've all been there. Own up to it. Pay the fine. Move on with your life. Thank you, Your Grace. You say you cannot remember the night.
No,
And you say this as defense.
that is my assumption.
You assume your defense? Well, I assume you don't know where you're talking from. If you can't remember enough to defend yourself, how can you say that you did not cause this trouble, when so many witnesses say that you did? You are a stranger in this town, are you not?
I am, and I do admit you have enough witnesses that I'm sure I did go into the pottery place. But if I was grabbed roughly by the shoulders, I can see myself vomiting in defense. If I was intoxicated, I'm sure I did not think it was a harmless woman.
Your Grace, the court would like to strike. Actually, roll me persuasion, please. I want to see how well you persuade this, because he's either going to strike you or the charge.
17.
Okay. Grabbing an intoxicated man by the shoulders is a questionable action. You point the sticky bits directly at you in that case.
Yuck.
The court would like to alter the charge to restrict damages directly to the pottery barn and ask that the court cover charges for the seneschal. That sounds fair to me. As per the charge of drunken disorderly conduct, the court would move that Yasin Valonus
But
Valveris be given a 50 gold piece fine plus damages rendered of 70 gold pieces, bringing the entire charge up to 120 gold pieces. What say you?
That's all the charges? Just the 120 gold pieces?
That's a lot of money.
I know.
50 gold pieces for drunken disorderly conduct, disturbing the peace, assault on a civil servant, which we've waived.
I am afraid to admit that I do not actually possess that much gold.
Then you will do community service or work for the potter himself. Perhaps you'll learn a skill.
That's useful.
I could always pick up another skill.
That sounds fair. Jason, given the lack of assault, I'm reducing the 50 gold piece fine to 25 gold pieces. But you are responsible for bringing in any damages that you rendered against Muddy's Pottery Co. That includes working for them, if need be, until your debt is repaid. Should this be something that Muddy's Pottery Co. does not wish, we can put you to work in other places around the town.
That seems fair. I'm rather good with a fiddle.
You're dismissed. Dang, dang.
My liege, lady, lord,
She'll look down at you. Aye?
I request permission to witness the other proceedings. I happen to know some of the other people. If I could sit quietly in the corner.
No.
You may take your place in the stands.
Oh no.
Can I do a perception?
Yes, you may. Are you going to wave at him?
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
You know what? You can see, glancing back, you can see what a dwarf waving at you. That's Malia.
She's very clearly doing the "Get over here, you freaking idiot!"
I'm gonna point at the other elf, and then I'm gonna mouth at you. You replaced me. You replaced me. And I'm gonna run up the stairs. See how good I can do.
You are probably familiar, at least.
I can gracefully acrobat up the stairs.
You get up there, she's gonna grab your ear and pull you down to her level and furiously whisper in your ear, "What the fuck did you think you were doing? Shh! You need to learn to close your mouth when it's important. Sit down and be quiet."
I like your accent.
After he takes his seat, quietly, his hand will raise with some of the peanuts he's taken out of your thing.
I will hand you the rest of the peanuts.
Oh, thank God, I'm so hungry.
The next,
Do you have any ale?
we shall continue moving, Your Grace. Aye.
Since when did you start drinking?
Move on to the serious crimes.
Oh, that's me.
I don't think we're gonna get through this as easily as they did.
No.
Aye. On trial, we have a tiefling
Uh-oh.
and her two companions. They are accused of aiding the Fast Cloud in their coup against the Northern Bridge, or their coup of the Northern Bridge. As stated before, the punishment for this crime is death.
Hi.
I've come close a couple times. Let's see what happens. Okay.
I'm going to lean over to the dwarf at this point and be like, "What did you guys do?"
Nothing. We walk into town as this was happening.
One of the town guards will prod you in the back with the butt of a stick. Take your seat. Two guards will pull out two more seats.
Guess we'll walk up to our seats.
Okay.
Fera will look around kind of nervously.
Teah's gonna look up at where Jason's going to Malia and Zeno and just be like,
Kroner will cast a shadow over you.
and I'm gonna pointedly avoid looking at you guys for the rest of this.
State your names for the court records.
Teah Armstrong.
Fera.
Marza Lazaro Marcel Lazaro, Acardi.
Many aliases. Are you or are you not a tiefling?
Yes.
Tieflings are rare in these parts.
So I've heard.
The blood of the damned courses through your veins?
It's a little spicy.
This would be a great time to cut out the curse story.
Just wait.
Why is she lying? Why do you find yourselves traveling with this creature? Why do you find yourselves being of such ignoble materials that you would ally yourselves against the Jarl?
I suppose you haven't heard the stories.
I've heard plenty of stories, Mars, or should I call you by your real name, Nona?
Excuse me?
Who?
She's been lying about her name, too.
Shut up. She's obviously something different.
Did you say Nona?
Nona. Yes. The name that you were passing around, tiefling, less than 1 week ago.
You were in Steve Hall getting fucked by Barrett less than a week ago.
I have witnesses of where I was a week ago.
We weren't here a week ago.
And you can definitely have accountability for where we were.
I look forward to hearing from these witnesses.
Very much so.
Where are they? And he'll turn and look toward the audience, sweeping a giant, bulging arm out. Where? Where are these witnesses?
In another town. A few other towns, actually.
Convenient. Like
Not
North
entirely.
Dogrun?
Oh, and there is also...
The caravan. Merchants.
Yep. And the man. The scholar. Is he here?
The one we tried to rescue?
Yes. Is he here?
Let's take a look.
I will look around to try and see if I recognize anyone.
You don't see him there, but you do remember his name from the contract that that you guys picked off the ground. I know one of you did. I think, was it, who picked up the contract? Was it you?
It was not me.
It was not me.
Was it you?
Was it me?
Was it you?
You were the
I
only
know.
other one there.
I don't remember picking up a contract.
One of you picked up a contract at the end.
Okay.
It fell out of her pocket.
It
And
would
then
have
I would
been
then it would
me,
probably
'cause
be me
at
because
the
I was
alley.
Yeah, you
with
were the one who was right
And the
there.
name was Jobar, or Yobar.
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 Scholar. Yobar.
Do you remember her last name?
Unfortunately, no, we just arrived.
They're a scholar.
We think so.
Yes. We
Dressed in city robes?
Looked like a scholar.
Yeah.
Did he have a badge on? Here, with a dog's face on it.
He looked well read to me. He was being followed. I was trying to help him.
And the others would be...
Guard. Yobar. The seneschal of the Jarl. Ring his house. This is a serious crime, and shall be investigated with all haste and accuracy.
Why would the seneschal not be present to this?
The court has several seneschals.
Oh, fair.
He called in today sick.
Convenient.
He had a bad night, from what I understand.
He did. He almost died. And we prevented that.
We will see about that, a voice echoes down.
Very well, very well.
Yobar will be called,
Okay.
and will give witness. I shall not pass judgment before Yobar arrives. Continue. The other witness.
Rivor. Or Raver, whatever it was.
Ravor.
Ravor. The merchant. I believe he was
Or it was, it was Revor.
Revor?
It was Reaver.
Reaver. I believe he's a member of the Bridge Masons Guild. We traveled with them here along the Cold Road. Parted with them at the gates.
Guards. Send one of your faster runners down to fetch Rivor. He should be in the farming quarters now. Again, any more witnesses before I run out of guards?
We really weren't here that long.
We arrived last night. I mean,
We shall see
there
about
was
that.
the sellsword who was traveling with the caravan.
Tell me, she says, leaning forward. I know nothing about you, but I've heard stories of the tiefling in town. But the two of you, strange one. But you're an odd one. Are you a soldier?
At one point,
That's why you came to town with her?
What do you mean?
we're traveling companions.
You're here with House Claywin.
Hardly.
Make me a persuasion roll. I want to see the force of that hardly.
I mean, see if they
Actually, you know what?
believe
I
how
think-
truthful she is.
I guess
because,
that should be an insight roll on my part.
Yeah.
Ooh, damn straight. She got the good insight.
I mean, if she still has her if they took her belongings, one of them was her insignia of rank from House Therwick, from her militia. If
Then
anyone
explain
knows that.
explain this. And she'll reach down and actually hold up the insignia from her seat. This is a pin, a brooch of House Claywick.
that would be Therwick of Foxhall.
Foxhole doesn't belong to the Therwicks anymore, does it?
Not anymore.
Did you follow the house across when it conquered?
I was left for dead on a battlefield. There was nothing left for me after that.
And you? Me? Aye. The strange elf with the horns. I'm a party magician? She starts pulling her thumb off of it. I have witnesses. An idiot. Do you have anyone else in the audience who can vouch for your character or your whereabouts prior to last night?
I look at the audience.
We've been traveling with them since Mog. We came in last night.
Step down to the podium. You will speak in front of the crowd like honest citizens. State your name for the crowd. You waddle down through the audience like...
I do not waddle.
You're a dwarf moving through a crowd. You waddle.
I do not waddle.
You waddle gracefully.
I waddle imposingly.
I step
Someone write that shit
eloquently.
down.
Amy, get it.
I waddle imposingly.
If I have to waddle, goddamn, it's gonna be imposing.
With lots of elbows.
Yes.
Everything is
Elbows up.
everything is groaning underneath the weight of your armor.
And my giant hammer. And you know what? For this, and because I knew that this was all coming, I probably put on like whatever vestments I might have as well over my armor. So I probably have like, what are those things called? The
Tabard?
yes,
Yeah.
All your clerical.
a vela with like things hanging off of me.
As you approach the gate into the central chamber, one of the guards will lean in and say, "Please, leave your hammer on the table. No weapons are allowed inside.
It's a holy hammer.
They won't be touched."
I'll join and put my stuff on the table.
10 minutes
also,
later.
well, I also have hand axes, and I have Oh god, what else do I have?
What else don't we have?
Let me check.
Armed to the teeth.
Pretty much.
I have a light crossbow, a warhammer, my dwarven thrower,
Oh no!
and
took
the
the
hand
coin.
axes. I got rid of the spears and the nets, actually.
They took the coin!
Were they able to?
It was on me. It was in my boobs.
Oh.
Is it still in your boobs?
No, they took everything.
Whoops.
It has to be taken willingly, so shit.
Oh yeah!
Freedom!
Yeah, so we
You
each
can't
leave a
give it
small
away. It
pile
has to be
of
taken
ornaments.
willingly.
Yeah, and
On the table.
They had a gold coin that needs gold
Better.
coins.
bow, 2 swords, a big
I
sword.
mean, it sounds like all that guard will have to do though is walk around town and
Yeah.
they'll be pickpocketed away soon enough.
Probably.
Oh no.
Okay, so now that we're unarmed,
I will stand before him.
Armed to the teeth.
Good. State your name for the record.
Malia Sunsworn
You're a cleric.
of Vela.
Do you swear in Vela's name?
Yes.
Who is this person to you? The tiefling and your companions.
All the traveling companions, we've been traveling together for months.
Yeah?
Let's see, I met Teah Armstrong in Mog?
On the way to Mog.
On the way to Mog. And then we ran into Marisol on the path towards Pit Marin. And we ran into Fera around... God, it sounds stupid. Count Mount Doom Von Doom. Pretentious little fucker.
I know the Mount Dooms.
He was quite amusing.
You are not incorrect. And you would swear on your relationship with the two-eyed goddess of sky and storm?
Yes. Whoever the tiefling is that bothered you is not Marisol. In fact, a week ago, she was in the Cavern of Delight
Yes.
in Steep Hollow.
Yes.
I'm certain she did not leave.
I definitely did not, sir. And Lord.
The court thanks the witness and calls the other witness to the stand. State your name for the audience and for the court's record.
Xenopha right wing.
A couple people in the audience murmur. Right wing.
Right wing.
You're a long way from avocado.
Yes, I am.
So, son of the coast. Tell me how you know these folk.
Well, I ran into these three just before we met with Count Mount Doom Von Doom. And it was at that same place that we ran into Fera. I've been traveling with them ever since. Up through Ballyhut, along the Cold Road, Steep Hollow, and eventually here last night.
And you swear on your blood.
Yes?
Well. She'll nod to Kronor. You may be seated. And as you move back to the other side of the fence, a breathless guard escorts that frail-looking scribe. And just behind him, you can see the old, bald shape of Reaver approach. Your Grace, we found both of them. The court would like to call Yobar to the stand. And the scribe will shakily approach. Please, describe the events of last night. Well, I was walking down an alley, trying to cut my way home because I live kind of in one of the... I was taking a shortcut, and as as I was walking, I was noticing that a second set of footfalls was echoing my own. And as I was walking, I tried to shake off down one of the smaller side alleys. And this woman with ruddy dark skin, a drow,
My skin's not ruddy or dark.
stepped out, and that elf, he'll point at you in the audience, engaged her in combat. And I believe I saw this one as well. It's hard to forget, but it was dark. I do remember that purple shade of skin, though.
Hey, Kelly.
Yeah.
Would he have been able to see me?
You did pop out and... Did he? Oh, you know
Because
what?
it was super dark.
That's true, and you did have like a 36. So you were in point blank combat, though, right?
Oh yeah, I was right there.
So in that case, let's even in the moonlight, I could see the shade of the purple of her skin. I am sure that unless there's another purple-skinned half demon running around, this one tried to save my life. You may be seated. Thank you for making it in today, Yobar. Thank the court. Thank you as well.
Thank you.
At last but not least, the tall, lanky shape of Reaver will bow deeply and step into the central court. If it pleases your grace, I'd like to thank these heroes. My family and I were picking up the supplies from Steep Hollow, as you asked. When our cart broke down, they came and the dwarf, Malia Sunsworn, mended our wheel while they helped. And then they fought a band of yetis that descended upon us, like carrion. Oh, was it you who did it?
Teah mended, I lifted.
Oh, my...
Yeah, we lifted, she mended.
I mean, if he's flustered, he might.
Marisol
Yes, that's fair.
cheered us
kind
on.
of shrug.
Yeah, he's pretty flustered. I'm playing a specific person in real life. So, to be fair, me and the kids wouldn't be alive without them. And she sure as shoot wasn't around. I escorted her into town myself. And I've got more proof than that. My entire family was there, as was our escort, Pace. That's enough from me. That's enough for me. Thank you for making time out of your day, Raver, to be here. Teah Armstrong. Fera and Fera. And I didn't catch the entire name, but I know that it wasn't Nona.
I let you forget my mom's name.
It happens.
I'll just go by Marisol Lacardi.
Marisol Lacardi. On behalf of the ancient and honored settlement of Dogrun Bridge, the court offers a sincere apology for troubles caused.
I accept the apology. May I ask a question?
No,
Very well.
perhaps later. I need time to clear my head about this. The remaining proceedings should be postponed until tomorrow. I would like to apologize on behalf of Dogrun Bridge to you and your compatriots. Chrono, if you would be so kind, lead them to my chambers. Court is adjourned. and she will exit through the back door. The guards will take the halflings and that one human with the tattoos and will guide them back down the corridor. Kronor will roll up his scroll, stick it inside the scroll case, tap it down, just as you see a short, incredibly beefy man run in the front door. Ha! Kronor, I brought your robes! What's going on? Court's dismissed. But thank you. And he'll slide on what basically are a pair of black Hogwarts robes. I'll escort you there. Please. Come with me. And let's take just a minute break here so people can pee, grab some water and coffee.
Oh my god.
So anyway, welcome back to the game, Ryan.
Okay.
Did it
Oh
get
my
weird?
god,
It's
Yasin!
enjoyable.
Is it Yasin or Jasin?
Is it Yasin or Jasin?
Or is this
Because
going
it
to
was
be an
Jasin
ongoing
when we
thing?
started.
Yeah, it was.
Or is it
Jason.
just Asin?
I'm just asking.
Placer.
We haven't even been introduced yet.
I know.
Though you probably, in like a few letters, heard about him. Though very briefly.
We met an elf.
Very
I'm just
briefly.
getting Malia, aren't I?
Oh yeah, no. Very, very briefly.
Oh.
What's that halfway's name again? I completely forgot.
Sure. Look at, like, this is how many notes I have for this
Oh my
session alone.
God.
It was Marcella.
Hold on.
Oh.
I was like, Melanie.
Who is Marcella?
Like, these are the notes for this
My
session
whole name
and potential
is
Jasin magic
Marcel
items.
Pizarro, Marcella,
Oh, I didn't tell you the other magic. Oh, yeah, I did.
because they combine the middle names as both the parents.
Okay,
So
so
that's
the
why it's such a
name
greater thing to be
is
like disowned
Margin
by your
Johns.
family
Margin.
because it follows,
Margin Johns.
and they keep on getting.
Yeah. And,
I couldn't remember Marcella was my mom's name.
Fair enough.
okay, I know.
Sorry,
It's
Mom.
really funny.
I am going to pee after.
Okay, so we're all just going to pee, and then we'll be right back stream. Thank you for paying attention and for watching Generic Fantasy Setting. I have been dying to have this. So I'm on the internet, like, a lot. Like, there's, like, a normal amount of internet, and then there's, like, how often I'm on the internet. And there was this one story seed I read that was, like, wouldn't it be great if, like, so picture, like, this huge badass, but he's, like subverting expectations, and he's not what you think. And instead he's like the most feared, and they actually said litigator in the land. I'm like, holy shit, I'm using that. I can't not use this Tumblr post. Because he's great, and I love him. He's wonderful. And he has a...
We've got one comment in the stream saying, I think this is the first time I've witnessed a D&D court.
It's lawful good and order. Dong dong.
I really wish that we had like that we had certain things. I was thinking about it on the way here.
Law and order.
That in the editing process for YouTube, like we could add things like if we do the
You want the don don.
no, but for instance, like these successes or failures in death saves. It'd be funny if we had like little like
Like
lives.
skulls.
Little
Like
bit
little
Ace
lives.
Attorney.
You gotta do the
Strike
the
out,
art
be
for
like, that
me.
doesn't make any sense.
You gotta do the art, Winter.
But like, can you add that to our footage?
I can do anything.
You gotta...
Dude, I just finished like making a
I
movie.
did.
Like I can do anything you want. Not well, but I can do it.
You can do it.
I
Because I
can do
thought
it.
that would be really cool, especially like if we're in the middle of a combat scene.
Do you
and
need a
we can
cup or
see
you?
our.
Oh, you got it.
He's got a.
You have your horn.
But yeah, I thought that would be really cool if we could add things like that for our YouTube, where it's edited in as we're like failing our death saves or something.
Yeah, we can actually do that with Twitch as well, but we need to have it pre-programmed. The problem is that we need to have like a producer sitting aside, like pressing buttons for that, or else
Sorry,
we
I'm
need
playing.
a mod on the computer.
basically.
Yeah.
And sorry,
Yeah.
I'm playing.
Yeah, you're playing this time. You can do that for the whatever the hell Starfinder is going to be.
Yeah.
So those of you tuning in for the first time, we do this every Wednesday. We alternate between this setting and something else that's on hiatus right now. We're changing games. It's probably going to be a World of Darkness title. And then we also run on every other Friday. We run Star Trek Adventures. And basically we try to run 2 games a week.
No, at least we just started Star Trek.
We just started Star Trek. Actually, Star Trek starts on Friday, so be sure to tune in.
This Friday?
No.
Sorry, on the 10th of May it starts.
Oh, okay. Good.
On the 10th of May, 10th of May.
Everything hurts, especially after sitting still.
You
so
know what?
long.
This is taking too long. I'm just gonna pee later.
Yeah.
Just people peeing.
Unfortunately, we only have one washroom.
It's true.
And we have 6 people.
So in the meanwhile, thank you for your patience during this bathroom break. If you do run role-playing games yourself, check out tabletopaudio.com. It's a... Is it .com? Yeah, it's .com. It's a free site. They don't pay us. I pay them. But they're super useful. The guy who runs it offers everything for free. He has a Patreon if you'd like to donate. But for the most part, it's just fantastic background music and ambience. And it really makes any game a little bit better. Besides that, strategic lighting, but when we have more money, we'll do better lighting. I mean, bright lighting means you can see us. Although, after game, I want to talk to you about ideas for replacement to Starfinder, as well as Mike. Because you're not in it, but I want some ideas.
Yeah, okay.
Because you're a producer. Yay, we have producers. And we had a map. We made a map, guys. It's really good.
I like our map.
I made it fatter. It's funny because we're mapping this, and then hopefully everybody's crossing the bridge, and we're never coming back.
Yeah, but it means we know where we're from.
You gotta remember your roots. Yeah.
And I mean, we can always come back to this area.
Yeah.
Maybe one day.
Can you really?
I mean, we can't go back to Steep Hollow.
I mean, not that route.
We kind of got kicked out of there.
I like that nobody told them, like... Well, you also collapsed the road. Like, there's an avalanche that you guys caused.
That's true.
That's true.
So they're like,
It just didn't really come out.
we're going to Steep Hollow.
Oh, shit. Right. Whoops, I forgot about that.
That's it. Take an alignment drop.
I mean, to be fair, alignment is just
a bit distracted.
I was more worried about my friends in jail.
Yeah, they won't be able to get there anymore.
If
Amy,
Malia
squeeze it out
would've
fast. We gotta
remembered,
go.
Then that would have happened. We would have said it. Like, I just, personally, Christine did not remember.
I was not on my mind, nor was it on Zeno's mind. He was way too invested in food.
That's fair. By the way, sorry if tonight's game is... Actually, I think you guys are enjoying it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty
I think
funny.
the roleplay games are quite fun.
Yeah.
We don't have to have a fight. Like, fights are fun, but this is also fun.
I did have, like you saw how many pages of notes I have.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, in
Multiple.
the cell... Oh, sorry. In the cell, they'll hear their first face off. Blah, blah, blah. The party members that weren't captured should probably go to visit Ravor, who can help clear their friends' names. They can also go visit Yobar Longham.
We didn't even know what was being charged yet.
That's fair.
Like, we didn't know why they were
I mean, you could,
doing this, so...
let's see. They may also have a chance to see... Let's see. If they storm the garrison. If they investigate at the garrison, they'll be told that the Jarl is holding trial in the morning and the charges that their friends are being held under.
See, I didn't want to risk
Being grabbed too.
pulled in as well, because then I couldn't help.
Super
They may
true.
also attempt a prison break. I have that written down as well. Like, I was prepared. I was like...
We tried to prison break?
Have you seen... Dude, these are my notes for the day. Amy. Like, I'm set. I've got the stats for everybody. It's all good.
Definitely going to be going by the armory place after we go talk to the Jarl.
No, I was worried there was a lot of corruption going on, and that we would be locked up as well, just for shits and giggles.
All
Yeah.
I'll say... Well, they let you go,
I mean, it
though.
was a risk.
Well, because Teah had nothing to do with it. She wasn't fighting at all, and yet
She
she
just
got
walked past. And they're just like,
arrested as well. So I was like,
because they're like, you're a half orc.
Yeah, they're like, oh,
You're
"Come there, I'm gonna
suspicious.
see, look around."
We didn't
And
want-
like, what is this?
Kind of just like circle this problem from a
And didn't
distance.
kill us.
You
Yeah.
didn't get us killed yet.
It's true. You kept your mouth shut and didn't get stabbed.
And I was like, see?
and meanwhile we're like, yup, we know them.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I
sorry.
mean, I was gonna
but why would you admit it?
Oh, bless you.
No, bless you, my child.
It's terrible.
In the name of Vela, I bless thee.
In the name of Vela, the blinky eyes.
Oh, well.
I still don't know what her sign is. All right, so
I
everybody...
assumed it was like a sun and glory sort of thing or something.
Yeah, probably a sun with like a moon in the center of it, so it's like two circles, like kind of like this,
Very colorful.
Like a circle with a crescent inside of it,
or something like that. Yeah,
and then like rays coming off.
What was the name of the bar god?
the bar god. Oh, you talking about Basir?
Yeah, Basir, that's
love her.
Basir's great.
Yeah, she's
The
amazing.
party god.
The
The
party
party
god.
god.
So she's like the drunk white girl goddess. Who's like her all of her clerics always have like like a
party tit.
tunic that goes like this with one breast hanging out, even the guys. Because that's
It's the party tit or the party peck.
the party pack. Just welcome to the party pack! Party people! Her clerics, like, honestly, like, if
Do
you
they
don't...
like? It's like what instead of like kneeling and like doing like the whole.
There's
like,
a lot of kneeling in that religion as well.
No.
For various reasons.
Someone write that
Let
down.
me finish.
Okay, sorry. That's what
Like,
they say.
fine. I
No,
won't
no,
share.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry. No, I want to hear it.
I am curious to
Well,
hear.
I would like to know.
Please, sir, I'd like some more.
Okay, now we'll never know.
Instead of doing the whole like typical praying on your knees thing, do they do it by doing a keg stand?
Yeah.
Or shots.
See?
Alright, you know what? Here.
Definitely the keg stand.
Definitely. The keg stand is like...
It's like practicing
Instead
yoga.
Instead of communion, they have like
Orgy.
drinking
Shots.
Shot.
Yeah.
basically.
This
Yeah.
is my blood.
They do shots of moonshine instead of like sipping the wine and eating the wafer.
Yeah.
Let's get ripped on my blood.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay, to the Jarl's quarters
Oh boy.
Yeah.
with
Oh,
us.
boy.
Wait, are we going as well?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
being
All
escorted.
of us. Okay.
Gather your friends.
Reunited and it feels so good.
Are you listening?
Yeah.
Gather your friends. I'll lead you in.
I hear this from the stands.
Figure you.
You'll have
I'm
been
just sitting
laid
there
down.
stupefied right now.
So do you all gather together?
Yes.
Yeah.
Alright, so you all glob together. Follow me.
And that's when we're killed.
Kronor and his two sidekicks will lead you through one of the back doors on the other side of the chamber beneath that podium and down a long paneled hallway with ornate woodwork on all sides.
Fancy.
You can see various stories from Dogrun Bridge's history. Simple ones. Farmers, people running, building the bridge. It's actually pretty basic like that. A lot of happy people. He leads you to a side room and opens the door, a pair of double doors for you. And a comfortable room with a long table, 15 feet long and 5 feet wide, opens lies at the center of the room. There are a number of refreshments placed out on it already. Once again, simple things. Bread, fruit, some juices and light wines, some fresh water, and a crackling fire that's been lit next to some sofas, which are not opulent. They're comfortable, like the kind you would find in a guild hall. In fact, those of you with a background in guilds, this feels like the guild hall that it is. This likely used to be some type of guild hall prior to its conversion. Or maybe it was a green room for the whatever that was. Theater? Amphitheater? The Jarl has set out refreshments for you.
It's appreciated.
Enjoy yourselves. And congratulations. Of course, obviously that was a mistrial.
I said we were going to be fine.
I would approach him and say, "It was a privilege to watch you work.
That was fantastic.
That was amazing."
Thank you. My record is still Endo. 295 Endo. But I suppose that you would know something about the harsh eye of the Inquisitor. If you would ever like to discuss this, call upon me.
I will.
Surely. The girl will pass a small scroll about the size of like a piece of paper. My office.
Thank you.
Kroner, Shaley, and Silvertie. Law offices.
He's a lawyer.
He's a lawyer. He's the most feared lawyer in the lands. Vela.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure, because, I mean, the player is tired.
Goddess of sun, tempests, and good. There are a lot of paladins that come from Vela.
Fair.
very inquisitorial.
I kind of assumed, but
Can
I
you
want
make
to
me an
make
insight
sure.
roll?
18.
Cool. So he's going to pass you this roll.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime. What do you like? Some strong.
In short.
Yeah. And you're left alone as he leaves the room with his entourage. The door shuts behind you, and there's nothing but the sound of the crackling fire.
Looks like you got a boyfriend.
Oh, water.
I mean,
My head is pounding.
he seems the honorable type.
It's true. And he's damn good at arguing.
I want to get my stuff back.
Same.
Get on my pillow.
Justin's gonna pour himself 2 goblets of water and start gulping.
It's good to see
Yeah.
you three.
Glad that went better than it could have.
Oh, so Jason, what have you been doing?
Training. Learning to drink like a dwarf. Or a monk. Not really clear on that one.
Drinking like a dwarf. Well, I
Okay.
suppose there's some hope for you yet.
It was part of the training. I can understand. Once you see things.
You were training to drink? Fera says, leaning across the table.
I mean, he's half elf. They need some help. They're not going to any doors.
I thought they said that you were a monk.
Yeah, but so was the master I was under. Also, not half elf. I forgot something, but I never been
Oh, right, full elf. Sorry, that's the player's mistake.
Yes. Apparently he was a brewmaster. Yeah, obviously not. Well, no, he still brews. And it's still good.
Huh.
Sort of.
Brewmaster, you say. Who is it? I might know him.
Do you need a dwarf name?
God, he might actually. Oh,
I mean, I'm from the Brewers Guild.
yeah. I'm gonna.
It's kind of part of growing up in that you learn the brewmasters.
Justin's gonna like go for the light wine as if he's gonna take a goblet, and then he's just gonna grab the bottle and be like, "Oh boy," and he's just gonna take a big swig. His name was Torborn. Torborn. Shield breaker. But how the story of how he came to us was long. I don't know why he doesn't normally train people. I don't know why I was called, but I saw things. They showed me a vision from I can only assume, well, we follow Soft. I have to assume it came from her, but why I was showed such a thing. He's gonna take another deep gulp of the wine.
A vision?
Are we gonna tell us what this vision was?
It's... Oh, wow. That wine's definitely light. Yeah, basically the world's going to be destroyed. The whole death and darkness and bodies everywhere, and then a consuming fire. I think we all go mad in the end. There was definitely laughter, although nothing was funny about that. No, it's not a dragon. I don't think. I've never heard of a dragon that looked like that before. But it's...
A dragon?
I guess more like a dragonkin, some kind of worm. Yeah. Blue, silver. I don't know what it was, but it's going to consume the world, but I don't know. Perhaps maybe it's an avatar or a chosen creature, but it definitely is. That face had to have been a god, well, goddess, but it was malevolent. 3 eyes. It was terrifying. He's gonna grab the bottle a third time.
I'm looking over at Fera. What's her posture and demeanor like right now?
So that fed into what you wrote.
Okay.
Sorry, passing secret notes from the other to the dwarf player. Kind of a little tense. Her shoulders are stiff, and she's actually glancing at you a bit.
Okay, maybe we eat something too.
Fruit?
Thank you.
Oh.
And Jasmine's just gonna grab it and be like,
So what did Torborn train you in?
Drinking.
I don't know if that was actually part of the roster, but he drank a lot. And he insisted I drink.
How did you find his drink?
Strong. He also insisted anybody nearby drink. We were mostly left alone. Those hangovers. Wow.
Wait, you were hungover from that?
It was every day. It's the only way you can really cope.
I hate to break it to you, Yasin. Torborn Shieldbreaker is known for the fact that he's one of the only dwarves to ever develop an alcohol intolerance. And thus be the only dwarf to brew non-alcoholic. He can't brew alcohol to save his life. His drinks are all non-alcoholic. How did you get hungover from that?
Maybe you got better.
Like, he's known, like, dwarves threaten their children. Be good, or you'll turn out like Torborn.
I don't know. Maybe it was the dreams.
The mind is a powerful thing.
Once you see the visions, they don't stop. They come back to you. But, you know, that's why I was heading to the continent. And then I stopped by the bar because it was getting late and I figured
No wonder you got blacked out.
time to have a sip before bed. But apparently I went to a potter. I don't really understand why still.
You
really
thought you had
don't.
wine?
They hit Amphora on the sign, apparently.
Maybe that was it. I don't know. But, yes, and I guess there's... The road is blocked, so that sucks. What kind of an elf are you?
So that's a long story. We're gonna save that for
Later.
tonight.
Yeah, I need my hat back.
Yes, we're gonna save that story for later. I'm Zeno, by the way.
Yes!
We haven't been
hello!
introduced,
I have heard of you!
and I've heard of you.
You guys
Yes.
cousins?
We are not.
But you both have the...
We are both elves.
Just because they
Are you
have the
two
same
cousins?
ears-
Yes.
I was about to say.
You
just
can't be
because-
cousins! I know she used to be a human! And you fibbed to them. I know you were cursed. I remember.
So who was the other one that was cursed then?
How about we have this conversation tonight?
When we're not in public.
Not somewhere that we might potentially be overheard and misunderstood.
Either way, he's a wood elf, I'm a high elf. We're different kinds of elves. That's all.
I know, I'm kidding.
Yes.
I just think it's funny. You have really pointy ears, both of you.
You have pointy ears.
What kind of an elf makes fun of other elves with pointy ears?
Teah pokes at her own pointy ears.
I mean,
We'll explain it all.
what do you think about her ears?
They're pretty.
They're
Oh,
pointy.
thank you, Fera.
She's got elf in her.
Yeah.
So,
Just
really?
all a little
Wait,
bit
yes.
You knew that.
Well,
Ugh.
Yeah, let's just say for
Okay,
now,
so what's...
Farrah's a special type
That's
of elf.
okay, I have more
So-
important questions.
Okay.
Who saw her arm? The lady Is the Lord or Lady one?
The Jarl.
The Jarl.
Okay, Jarl, there we go.
We are still in their
This
space.
is where we are right now. In
Talk
their
about
chambers.
So
Later.
we're gonna talk about all of this later.
I didn't get a good... Is she... Your... I noticed the armor was paladinic, but I couldn't catch the symbol on it. Did you see it?
No, I saw it either.
No.
Oh.
No, didn't see it.
Well, I mean, we're gonna be talking to her briefly, so we'll be able to see.
As long as she hasn't changed.
Yeah, that's true.
It's true.
Maybe it'll come up.
Just maybe don't ask flat out.
Well, I know. That would be a little rude.
You also smashed a pottery shop last night.
Yeah.
That could also be construed as rude.
Right, which you owe a lot of money.
You
Yeah,
do.
that's fair.
You owe 105 gold from that.
Thank God somebody counted.
Well, you're lucky they brought it down from 50 to 25.
The
Be
door
sure-
will open. You'll be sure to. You were saying.
As soon as I hear the door, I'm like...
Thank you for your patience. She'll enter the room, dressed in the ceremonial armor still. Have you found the food to be your liking?
Yes, thank you.
4 guards will enter with her. Don't mind them. It's this time of year.
That's fair. Especially with what seems to have been happening lately.
Aye. Well, you have my sincere apologies. And the apologies of my city and my station. Whatever I can do to make it up to you. You spent a night in the dungeon.
We get our equipment back.
I've already sent runners to bring it.
Appreciate
Your weapons will be polished. Anything that's damaged will be mended. I figure, if it's fair, one night on the floor of a dungeon is worth a week with the most luxurious suite I can find. As a beginning to my apology. You're adventurers.
Yeah, we were going ahead across the bridge.
When I was young, I was an adventurer too. I always found that it worked up an appetite in me. So please, eat as much as you can. We don't have much food coming in at the moment. But what we do have needs to be eaten before it goes bad. Do you mind if I join you?
No,
Not at all.
please.
And she will sit at the table with you. As she sits down, you'll see that she does have a medallion on her that shows that... can I get a history roll off of everyone? You can use history or religion, actually. Cool.
That's a 12.
It's a 12?
That'd be history for me.
16.
16? Actually, you'll know it is, guys.
That's an 8.
18 for me under religion.
So 17 from history.
Okay. That is the symbol of a paladinic order. It's not just one god that is this order. This is the ardent. How was it? It's the ardent. Oh, I had it just a second ago. So it's a silver hammer, and it's the. It's just the ardent hammer. No, it sounds like arm and hammer. It couldn't have been.
This is called DM fatigue.
It's called running at the end of a workday, right?
Yeah.
It's the... Is it just the Ardent Order? Anyway.
It is now.
Yeah, basically. I'll just write that down on the side so I don't forget.
Yeah.
But the Argent, anyway. What am I doing? So the Argent...
Ardent or Argent?
Oh, that's why it didn't sound right, because I said Ardent instead of Argent. It's the Order of the Argent Hammer. And they are a group of paladins that enforce order. They're usually aligned with either Beatrice, the god of cities, or the goddess of cities, or with Gren, the god of merchants, or with Arcaris, the god of oaths and battle. Usually that triad right there is who they work with. However, their armor is usually very silver and bright. Hers is tarnished. worn. The normally bright, brilliant blue cloak is dusty and matted. And she will sit down in the chair across the table, and it'll groan under the weight of her full plate. I guess the weight of her half plate. She has to walk around. You can hear the tinking of her greaves as she crosses her legs. Please, grab a seat.
Sit down.
And fill your gullets.
I do.
The hill dwarf. It's good to see cousins up here.
Up in air in the mountains.
Welcome to our lands. I hope you find Dogrun Bridge comfortable. The Marlows have kept this bridge for well over 2,000 years. It is. I myself have been the Jarl for 200. I apologize for the tensions that brought you here.
I'd be tense too if I had to deal with Nona.
Who is this Nona?
What I knew was her and her band masqueraded as adventurers in Mog?
Mog.
So that's right.
Mog. Saying that they wanted to mine and collect minerals from a sacred spot near our town and wanted a local to show them around. They tricked me into leading them underground to where the goddess of Nirn had her crystal. That's why I'm this way.
You were cursed.
Yes.
And she was cursed for the trouble too, I imagine.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Nona!
I haven't seen her since.
We've seen too much of her.
What's happened?
Just shy of 3 weeks ago, an emissary from House Claywin arrived with a small contingent of men. A small brigade.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe 24.
Okay.
They requested that an alliance be formed between the Jarldom, Dogrun Bridge, and the house. They wanted passage.
Mm-hmm. Sounds about right.
They said that they had an army marching through Grimstead, through the mountains, and that they just needed access to the bridge. I told them what I've told everyone else over the past 200 years. No army has ever crossed Dogrun Bridge, and no army ever will. We are not in the business of war. We're in the business of peace and connection. He pressed, and I told him to shove it up his arse.
Fair.
I'm sure he reacted wonderfully to that.
He was a charming young man. Blonde hair, little scar dancing down his cheek. This is, you probably remember one of the lieutenants from the other side of the battle. Half-elf. He apologized for the trouble, and I should have realized then that he was full of shite. He asked for time to contact the army, saying that weather conditions would obviously slow their passage back to them. So he wanted to send a messenger and asked to be allowed to stay in the town for a few days. We're a peaceful settlement. Of course I allowed it. However, not more than 2 days had passed before the junta began its violence. It escalated. A group of halflings calling themselves the Fast Cloud decided maybe they didn't like the way that I run things around here. They led an open rebellion, killed quite a few of my guards, attacked me in the central chamber there, to kind of gesture toward the bridge. I closed it. The border. There's no way they can punch through that magic. Not without some powerful wizardry. Since then, we've consolidated in the south. My brother Craig, he died when I sealed it. I had the choice of saving him or protecting my people. One of the halflings that is going on trial tomorrow stabbed him in the back. So now, we lick our wounds and wait and see if the clay winds are going to sneak up from behind.
Can I roll insight on that last bit?
Yeah?
That would be 17.
For any results, can I also do it? Because that's pertinent to the halfling unit.
Sure.
Just because I be paying attention actually to all what they're saying, so because I'm a little suspicious because of the tarnished armor.
24.
Apparently we have somebody watching from Spain.
Oh, that's neat.
That's really cool.
Buenos noches. Or buenos dias? What time is it there?
Morning apparently.
Oh, buenos dias.
I do not know any Spanish.
Say buenos dias.
Buenos dias.
See? There we go.
That is cool, though.
That is very cool.
And now we wait for the clay ones to invade from the south. If it's true, and they actually have a full battalion or a regiment coming, we're looking at 1,000 troops coming from the south. And they'll roll us.
Why are they all the way up here? Weren't they down in the plains? Why are they taking to instead?
They're
It
not.
doesn't make any sense.
From what I understand, they had an agreement with Grimstead. I'm not sure exactly how it was. But given that Grimstead is an undead stronghold, I imagine that they were allowed to walk through, so long as the dead that came back with them were left in the city. Workers, miners. A body goes a long way in a settlement like that. But that's speculation. They said that they'd made an agreement with Grimstead. Or I guess Grimhold as it's known now. Back in my day it was Grimstead.
No, they changed it not that long ago.
Well, it depends. You said he used to be a human.
Yeah.
So quite a while for the two of them. No offense. Long lives.
I'm taken.
When I saw your badge, I had a feeling you might be one of the good ones as well. I'm sorry to hear about what happened with House Claywick. Therwick. Oh no. Oh, you? I'm sorry to hear about what happened with House Therwick.
We tried.
Aye. You fought well. Sometimes showing up at the fight is almost as important as winning. You should be proud of the blood that you shed. We all should.
There was nothing honorable about that battle.
But you showed up. That's honor. And she, those of you who are watching, actually is getting a little emotional. You can see in the candlelight of the room a bit of glinting off of her eyes, a bit of shine. I guess what I'd like to ask, since you're stuck here for a while, I heard that you were planning on going across.
Mm-hmm.
What's the vote?
Until I can open the border, I was wondering, would you be willing to do some work for Dogrun Bridge? It would be paid. We can handle your charges for one, among other things. We don't have much right now we do have gold and nothing to spend it on.
Okay.
Depends on the work, I guess.
I have a few things that could be done around town.
What do you need?
Last night, one of my seneschals, as you know, was being tracked by an assassin. If you could find her, you could find out exactly how the Fast Cloud is getting the message out. Besides that, tracking down any of the Fast Cloud that still exist on the bridge. When I erected the barrier, it cut them directly in half. The majority of their forces are on that side, but there are still some stragglers here. 7 of them in captivity, but probably a dozen more, maybe less. All in all, I think there were about 50 or 60 members of the Fast Cloud. Besides that, are any of you wizards? Fera will kind of raise a finger. Anyone else? You're a cleric? If they're marching from Grimstead, that means they're taking the tunnels through the mountains.
Is the emissary from House Clayland still here?
He's in the north, on the other side of the border, along with his men.
Of course.
Now, there's nothing specifically tying him to this, aside from a hunch the size of a watermelon in my gullet.
I've got a bit of a bone to pick with him.
I hear that humans, half-elves, have 206. I'd love to see you pick all of them. That bloody pipsqueak. I'm asking that if any of you are mages, if they're marching from Grimstead with 800, 900, 1,000 men below the tunnel can be repaired. Odds are, they don't have a wizard that can do that. It's easier to break something than to fix it, after all. Besides that, there's a lot of little tasks. Food keeps going missing around the city. Butcher shops being raided at night. Stockyards.
There's actually something you probably should know.
Eh?
When we assisted the Reaver and his Reaver and his family on the way up the cold road,
Aye, the Yetis.
Yeah.
there was
There's
an
an
avalanche. The road will need to be cleared.
Unexpected fortune, then. It means they can't double back around through Ballyhut. It buys us some time.
I've got some experience with what comes from Vela, Shatter.
Good.
I can start trying to track that assassin.
I can help you with that.
With some work. I might be able to work on that tunnel.
Besides that,
Same.
we're in the middle of a stalemate. As you probably heard, a lot of books are going missing from this side of the library. You could check down in there.
What's on this side? Why would they?
Have you not been to a Temple of Thias before?
Not that I can recall.
Temple of Thias. The bridge. At the center. The bottom levels are a Temple of Thias, the god of knowledge and magic. 2 barrels. Knowledge, the past. Art, history. And the other, magic, creation, the future. 2 different hemispheres. You ever seen a brain? It's just like that. The library is divided down the middle. Our side is the history side. I imagine someone's been breaking in there, trying to find a way to circumvent the magical barrier that's been erected. Some history, some secret tunnels, maybe some ways around.
Got it. That makes sense.
I pity my friend on the other side. There's 2 librarians. The other one is probably not faring very well. They'll surely be looking for a way to tear down the magic. And that's the side that's on the north. Besides that, you're a cleric. We're in sore supply. There are quite a few city guards who are hurt in the revolt. They could use a healing touch.
Of course.
I would help you, but I'm not feeling very well graced these days.
She will give a kind of slightly obvious glance down her armor and back up.
She'll kind of cross her arms over her armor, almost like she's suddenly naked in front of your gaze, and will. Besides that, any of the militia who could be trained, you were a soldier, you're fighters. Odds are we're going to have a siege on our hands. With a barrier we've broken, and we'll take them down. And then I guess there's also been a report of maintenance workers trapped in the sewers. It's probably beneath you. Technically, it's beneath all of us, hardy har. It's a lot of things on the table, and I don't expect you to do all of them. But anything you do,
It's a lot of preparation.
and you'll be rewarded. Here, and she'll reach into her shirt, and we'll pull out a brooch that has a left-facing head of a hound dog on it. This is the seal of the Jarl. She'll set it on the center of the table. Show it to any merchant, they'll give you preferential treatment.
I will pull it out from under your hand.
I'm like, ding, 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 ding.
I will go with you.
Yes, ma'am.
This is going to be a tough fight. When that barrier goes down, there are more than 100 of them over there. Trained soldiers. Between the Fast Cloud and if the Claywans are allied, there's at least 24 of them. Das got the city guard, which numbers about 40. And they're tired. They're everywhere. I've got them working on 14-hour shifts to keep the peace. That's why they're so jumpy.
Okay.
Again, I apologize. But we thought...
I mean, there was clearly a fight down that alley.
Alright,
I understand.
Though
Not quite sure why Teah got grabbed, but outside.
they seemed suspicious of me before they even saw Mars, so
We were warned.
true. Though I'm not sure why anyone would be worried about the half-orcs.
Do I get any sense off of what she's saying?
about what?
Like, I'm trying to listen to, like, not get, like, shanghaied into something that's maybe not very legit, that sort of thing. Like,
For one, you have the Jarl's permission to do whatever to do these tasks.
mm-hmm.
So basically, you've got carte blanche. So think about this on a moral standpoint, what you're willing to do. Just to give you an example, I'll reread these items in a non-Scottish voice for a minute, or a non-Dwarven voice.
Fair enough.
So, find and interrogate the assassin. Track down the members of the Fast Cloud that exist on South Dogrun. Destroy the tunnel to Grimstead. Investigate missing food around the city, which has likely been taken by the First Cloud to subsidize their work because they're fugitives. Investigate missing books and scrolls in the library. Train troops for resistance. Heal the injured. Or rescue maintenance workers trapped in the sewers.
okay, so we can basically just kind of do whichever ones we...
Choose what you want, and if they're boring, you don't have to do them out of character.
Okay.
I just wanted to give you guys some agency.
Okay.
Some of them involve more combat than others. Surprisingly. Which ones will surprise you? Surprise.
Okay.
Which one?
Well, I'll get started on trying to find that assassin.
Perhaps we should all go and get our stuff first.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'd like to upgrade some of my equipment before that.
This is comfy, but not the greatest for investigation.
Well, eat here first. Fill your bellies. The men will be here soon. It was only 6 blocks. Ah! You can stay here. Javin. One of the guards will straighten to attention. Bring the keyring. Is this it? And the guard will scuttle out into the hallway. I'd like to put you up somewhere nice. There's a hotel in town.
A hotel.
Yeah, quite a nice one. It's booked up this time of year, especially given the circumstances. But the top floor is reserved for myself. I have another establishment that I can stay at, my own house. I'd like to loan this to you, the penthouse.
Thank you.
Aye, well, you deserve it.
Appreciated.
For both your trouble and for your loyalty in this. I need as many loyal people as possible. And I know the best way to repay a mistake is with an earnest apology. So, the best of what I have is yours. I guess until we get the bridge back. Then I promise you'll have something even better.
Okay.
We should probably go get our stuff from the other place.
Mm-hmm.
I figure we'll pay her the night anyway. We said we were going to be
It's
here
true.
for it, so we should book it.
The Pendergast Hotel.
Pentaglass?
Penderglass.
Penderglass.
Penderglass. You'll be able to find it. It's at the top section, up by the mountainside.
Okay.
It's beautiful. And quite comfortable. The food's not half bad either. Eat what you can though. After today, everyone's going to have to be going onto ration food. Unfortunately, most of our food stocks come from the north. As soon as you cross the bridge, you make your way across the mountain into a valley, into the southern crescent. That's where we grow all of our food.
Oh,
They have-
valleys. You've been through so many mountains. Guys, a valley.
Something to look forward to.
Aye, well,
Different scenery.
that side's almost 500 feet taller. When the ground was cut by Gren, when he, by Gren and Arcaris, when they cut down Iominger,
Mm-hmm.
the lowlands sunk into the ground almost half a mile. These mountains, the ones that are parallel, they used to be taller. That's why they call you the lowlands. Ah well, Thestrel's a nice place. Cute little microcontinent. Then. Well, I've talked to your ear off enough. If you need anything, I'm available. Find one of my aides. With that, speak of the devil. Thank you. I hope we can make it through this together.
I'm sorry to hear about your brother.
Me too. Thank you. She'll put a hand on your shoulder. I appreciate it. And she'll get up and leave the room as some guards enter carrying the 4 of your belongings.
Thank goodness.
I can change out of this ridiculous outfit.
If you want to change, there's a washroom just through that door. You can just leave the clothing on the floor anywhere. We'll pick it up when you leave.
Got it. I will take my things.
Chunk, chunk, chunk.
Chunk. and promptly go get changed.
Right.
I don't know if this will be useful again. I may have roughed it up some when I was thrashing in my sleep.
What are you looking for?
Sorry. He'll quietly be like, I don't know if this is usable anymore. I sort of torn. I don't sleep well these days.
Oh, I have something for that.
I don't know if it's still useful. Sorry about that.
I have a hat for you.
I will reach over and touch it and cast mending.
Well, it's not clean, but it's fixed now.
And I like
You can have
dig
it back
through
as
my
well.
belonging stuff and just like, where the hell is it? My
So
hat.
she reaches into like this giant. She reaches into this bag that's about this big with a shoulder strap, and like leans her head into it, and then starts pulling out like poles and like a shovel. The
dinner
bag's
plates.
like this big. Oh yeah, dinner
Oh,
plates.
yeah, my dinner.
Oh god, you hit an entire dining room.
Yep.
She's gotten more thiefy as she aged. Flavor gone.
Like an impossible number of things start spilling out of this bag.
And I'm
Wait.
like, haha!
Wait, who gave you the bag of holding?
But it was just set down in front of me.
Nobody gives her things.
Right? Thank you.
They-
My hat!
Oh, there it is. Okay, but yeah, here. You have a nightcap.
Is it covering them?
Yes.
Nice.
You're wearing a nightcap.
It feels very warm and snuggly on your head.
Thank you.
Roll me a wisdom save. You have advantage on this
Lets me roll twice. Take that. That's good.
because you're resistant to charm effects.
14.
Okay, you're a little you could take a nap right now. You don't have to, but you could. You could go into trance right now.
Inside?
I mean, you feel a tingle down your spine. This is probably a magical hat. It's a hat of good dreams.
Oh. I wonder if that'll work.
It's for
May as well give it a try.
That's fair.
It works on me.
You deserve a good night's rest.
I will hope. And he'll tuck it inside his pajamas.
You're like, when did you get nice? That's fine.
Oh.
Well, I'm getting tired, actually. I did not rest well last night either.
Perhaps we will.
We slept like babies.
We did. We had a great sleep. We had a shower too.
Oh yeah, that was fantastic.
Oh yeah.
That was so nice.
Give me the bag of holding, Zeno.
The dog was the best part though.
Oh yeah, we pet a dog.
What?
Yeah.
Starts like shoving bread and fruit into the bag of holding.
I grab the wine
Yes.
bottle before she can get it and hold it close to me.
Do you think it's gonna stay that way in there? It's just, what if it goes
I mean,
bad?
if we eat it quickly enough.
If we're going on rations tomorrow, I'm keeping some fruit. Do you know how long it's been since I've had good fruit?
Remember, we still got some of the...
Very well, very well, very well. Get your fruit, get your fruit.
I think there should still be some wedges of cheese in there.
Oh yeah, the cheese!
Yes, there's a lot of cheese in that
There's
bag.
cheese.
If we get something we can wrap it in, it might last a bit longer.
It's true.
Well, where could we go to find something to wrap cheese with? Shopping?
I like that idea.
Sure. Yeah.
I want to go
okay.
shopping.
She's gonna shriek and go off to get much
Okay.
earlier than that. To go get changed in the bathroom. Yee, thank you.
Alright.
Perhaps we could go to the penthouse first. I wouldn't mind.
Let's go drop our stuff.
Getting
Yeah,
We can
clean.
go shopping.
Yeah.
And
I'm
there
gonna
is
go
these-
see to those guards.
There's a certain sellsword I want to go have a chat with.
Oh.
All
Fair
right.
enough. Let's drop our stuff, then let's go shopping.
All right. So
Yeah, so we'll just carry his stuff like this with him and just be like,
you gather your things from the sit, stay, sleep, and which is a really charming place as you go by. You're like, oh, jerks. And you'll make your way up to the Penderglass Hotel, which is a hotel. Looks like it was constructed out of crystal, and it looks like Elsa designed this thing. It's got a giant sweeping lobby, and it's the most expensive looking building this side of Dogrun Bridge.
Oh wow.
And the light spills through the top of the building, which is almost like a chandelier itself. It's the crown gem on the south side. And the
Can I
concierge...
look at it and see like what it might be made out of?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. It looks like make me a... What would this even be? History? Probably history. It's always history. Or nature.
No. It's all good. I don't recognize this type of stone or anything.
It looks like some type of crystal. It doesn't look like glass.
Yeah, so I'm like, it's not glass.
Oh,
Did the
which
Yarrow-
I would have paid the halfling for the night,
Mhm.
for tonight, and a tip.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Aw.
Did the Jarl say what role this other tiefling was playing in the current unrest here?
No.
You didn't ask. She said that actually she was starting to say, and then someone changed this topic.
Yeah.
All she said is that that she had helped the Fast Cloud or allied with the Fast Cloud.
Interesting.
Or started them or something.
Something like
It
that.
kind of seemed like that was implication. She showed up and then the fast cloud showed up.
She bad is kind
I
of what it
think
was.
we're missing some pieces. Yeah.
I glance around. Is there anyone else nearby us?
I mean, you're in the lobby of a hotel, so yeah, quite a few people.
We should
A
probably
half
get-
orc
Can I?
pushes past you. Oh, excuse me.
Maybe let's head upstairs.
No, it's a different one actually. They're very polite here.
Why are you so suspicious of me?
Just because you have a suspicious face.
Obviously.
Don't not.
Clearly do. Well, let's go up to the rooms.
Yes. Yeah, let's go upstairs.
So you make your way up. There's 6 flights of stairs or a central lift operated by a very, very large half-orc pulling a crank. What floor?
Top floor.
Top floor. Step inside. Maximum of 6 people, please. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Excuse me. Sir and lady, you'll have to wait. He pushes some other people aside. Please, enter. 6th floor!
Are there people that kind of like scoff still, like that saw us at the trial, but like now are seeing that we're going to the top floor?
Oh dear. Oh heavens. Yeah, there are a couple of people who cast some looks at you. Some other people who just kind of some people who glower, but honestly there are a few people who look at you with interest.
Okay.
Positive interest.
So it's not still very hostile.
Oh, that's the other tiefling. Did you hear that? No, she's not the evil one. She's the other one.
She's not the evil one.
The other.
I've always wanted to be the other one.
They just don't know you that well.
There you.
Existential crisis mode.
As Malia kind of chimes in with, oh, they just don't know you well enough yet.
The elevator opens up into a 10-foot long hallway and a pair of gold-edged double doors made of petrified wood.
Wow.
Damn.
Fancy.
Thank you for the lift.
He's way down there, so...
Thank you for the lift.
The keys that you were given slide into the lock smoothly. And opening it, you can see that this is a massive, massive penthouse. Spanning the entire hotel's size. There are 4 bedrooms jutting off, as well as a number of sofas, a bar area, and several other things like a billiards table. As a dwarf, there's a miniature golf area. They do like their golf. Are you any good?
Of course.
They don't call me
Duh.
Malia 9 holes for nothing. Ow. 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 Worth it. Ow. Sorry, 18 holes. Oh. I thought you were the Holy One.
Didn't. You're gonna have to go find what's his face, Kronar, for some respect around here.
It's true. He'll respect you a long time.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It's about time Malia got some.
That's really true.
She has plenty of respect.
Yeah.
Thea very much respects her.
I'd ship it. Alright.
I was gonna say that sex joke went right over the head there.
Which is ironic considering your height difference.
Yes.
Were you on a stool?
Apparently.
Or shall I describe it to you?
No, I had to be on a step ladder for that one.
That's fair. Alright, so you'll unload your things here and...
So.
Alright, the players have died.
Player problems. Not
Uh,
character problems.
How are you doing for tonight so far, too?
What's that?
And how much more do you expect for tonight?
Yeah, it's like 10, 15.
Like 10, 15 minutes.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
So.
I'm falling asleep. Apparently.
Role-playing sessions. They take it out of you.
I do. They're exhausting.
Especially after like 3.5 hours.
So.
Well, I'm having worked all day.
Yeah.
That's more.
So you gather your things up,
Yep.
and then were you going to go shopping, or were you going to roleplay for a minute?
Now that we're alone, Jason will actually come in while you're. Whatever you're doing with your stuff. So.
Walking in a corner, probably.
Neil kind of glanced around him. About your. What your aunt said about your uncle. And then he'll wink.
What?
I don't. I know she's supposed to be holy, but I don't believe her. I talked with the little girl. I don't think she. I think she's innocent of that accusation.
The halfling?
That one might be listening. They might have magic in the snakes.
What?
She was the one that told me to keep quiet about stuff.
Yeah, no, I understood what you were talking about.
At least one of us did.
There's no magic here. I mean, a lot of magic here. There's no other magic here.
Awesome. Thank you, Fera.
Okay. I think the Jarl's lying. I don't think the halfling. At least, if she meant it literally, I don't believe the halfling murdered her brother.
I think there's a lot of pieces to this puzzle that
It sounds like there's a lot of politics going on.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Between whatever this situation was with the fast cloud and
Do you think the Jarl's actually one of the fast cloud?
no, I mean I don't think so, but they seem interested in getting rid of her. So, but between whatever they're doing and whatever this Nona, whatever she's involved in, and
Well, the question also is that,
whatever.
I mean, maybe did somebody foment this between Fast Cloud and the Jarl to allow what's their faces to take advantage of that to get through?
I mean, House Clay when
Yeah, those fuckers.
and whatever their situation is with Grimstead. I don't know why they would be allied with Grimstead,
Isn't it the straight route from where you came from?
but I don't know why they would want to come across the bridge. They were always pretty invested in securing their borders.
I would say while
And
we can always help
position.
out with some of the stuff she asked for, we should be careful of what exactly we do. The assassin, fair enough.
Yep.
We saw her try and assassinate him.
And she was from the Fast Cloud.
Or she was hired by the Fast
She was
Cloud,
hired by the Fast Cloud.
So,
whatever the case.
I
Because it was the
mean,
contract.
Yeah.
Okay.
defend ourselves if attacked.
And
I'd
I
say
just-
don't attack first, though.
So,
Mhm.
Agreed.
when she was talking about that temple and the barrels in the temple, how the one of the future is on the other side, but one of the history's here. Do you think that's like some kind of actual like magic? Like if you partake of the barrel, you could see the past?
Barrel?
What?
I can't remember what she was talking about.
There's a barrier going straight through
Yeah,
the middle of the bridge. that
but she
cuts
said
through half
something
the
about-
library.
In the temple about the future on the one on their half, and then
Yeah,
history on this half.
the north
One
half
side
has
all the magic.
Yeah.
Library.
So potential.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
And this side has
this
the
side
history.
has the history box.
I probably just misheard, but I swear you said something about barrels.
Barrier. It's a barrier. But I said it in a Scottish lilt, so
I mean, to be fair, you could have misheard it as barrels and been like thinking
It's
about
true.
drinking.
after 20 minutes of Scottish, it gets a little blurry.
Yeah.
My tongue gets tired.
I did also hear barrels on that note.
Barrels?
Yeah.
No, I think
so
she was saying
but
barrels, like
I
two
think-
hemispheres, like two
Yeah.
chunks, but like
Oh, 2 barrels. Oh, yeah. I think I was saying like double barreled, like a shotgun.
Yeah.
But
yeah, like one's one.
So
I
maybe
assumed
misinterpreting
I
of
assumed you were pulling it
barrels.
from the notes. That's all I do.
no, there's no meat of poetry.
Okay.
Well, there might be, but
I mean, you
not.
could be hoping for it.
I mean, yeah, that's true.
Like,
So
no.
yes, there were barrels said. You were absolutely correct.
Okay.
We should probably try and you lot get cleaned up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's let Fera shop.
I'd actually rather go to the library.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we can see if we can get some access.
I
They
have
were
42,000 books to read.
You're not
I think it
gonna
was
read all of them.
49,000.
I didn't keep track.
I mean, they wanted us to investigate the stolen books and whatnot, so that's one thing.
True.
I can work on that.
I'm gonna work on the assassin that almost killed me.
That's fair.
I want to
wanna-
take somebody with you.
Yeah. Well, you were saying that you wanted to help with that one.
I'm willing to, yes. If we can talk to the halfling girl, she might be able to tell us something about that, because she wasn't quiet about the fact that she's with the fighting wind? Fast wind?
Fast wind.
Fast cloud.
Fast cloud.
She's going to be on trial tomorrow morning.
Yeah. You better move fast.
Yeah, well, we
Like a
also
cloud.
maybe have to... I don't feel well about letting someone I believe to be innocent get executed tomorrow. But I don't know what we can do.
Well, I mean, so
Find
far he
evidence.
seems pretty good at getting confessions of truth out of people. There's a good chance.
If nothing else, I will attend the trial tomorrow as well. But let's see if she can tell us anything about the assassin.
Yeah.
And I definitely want to know what the hell is going on with
Perhaps we can...
Grimstead and the tunnels, and
Yeah.
I guess at least there's a starting point here in the town.
I'm gonna go check on all those guards.
We'll probably uncover more when we actually go see it ourselves than just what's being told to us.
If they're injured that need healing, then
I'm gonna go buy a new bow.
Okay.
And then I'm going to... Do we want to go try and talk to Halfling Girl in jail?
Well, we have free reign in the city to investigate things, and it might help us find the assassin.
True. Alright.
You go get that bow, I'm gonna get a shower. And then we meet up.
And then we'll meet up and we'll go to jail.
I want to go
Yes.
through all my stuff and
We
make
will
sure
go
I still
directly
have
to jail.
everything.
Almost everything. You're down a special double-faced coin.
Oh, it's gone?
It's gone.
Oh, it's
I
gone.
mean, but also like remove another 18 gold coins.
Oh, that's not that bad.
Yeah, it was worth it to buy that thing off.
We should also make sure we handle his expenses.
I thought she said...
She said it would be taken care of.
Oh, completely?
Yeah.
if
Okay.
it helps out, I think.
Yeah, if he helps out, she said it was taken care of.
Perfect. Sorry. I was a little distracted there.
And did you want to head straight to the library, or did you want to come down with me first?
Should probably have a shower first.
That's a good point.
Like, enjoy the shower and getting clean while you have the chance.
Fair enough.
I mean,
Well,
you spent the night
fair
in jail.
enough.
No.
You are the strangest elf.
Isn't she just?
Oh,
Oh,
On that
yeah.
I'm a very strange elf.
Alright.
Yeah.
Strange elf.
She'll smile. Her teeth are actually slightly pointed.
I'm gonna do an insight roll.
Very strange elf.
Unlike any elf you've
22.
ever seen before.
That is the weirdest elf. It's like a elf tiefling mix. With a tail.
Where? What settlement did you come from?
Tirasha. Make me a history roll. With disadvantage, sir. Okay, you
that's
probably
it.
didn't get it.
That's her, so yeah, I know. It's 6.
You're like, nope.
To be fair, I'm a rather odd-looking half-orc.
Let's just say it's not around anymore.
Is he safe?
Yeah.
I would assume so.
I certainly think so. He traveled with us for
Okay,
quite a while before we met you.
And it's
I'm not in danger. Or are we talking about something else?
We're talking about something else.
Is your mouth safe? Like your words.
Can you keep a secret?
Jason?
She's not flirting with you.
I'm not flirting with you. I'm not flirting with him, am I?
You're
No,
not.
no.
Promise that you won't repeat what if she tells you what her backstory.
Well, that's simple enough.
So you won't tell anyone that I'm a dragon? Great.
Yeah.
Weirder dragon than you are now.
Like, you've actually met a dragon.
I've
She's
seen
gonna
something that looked like more of a dragon than you. At the
I am more dragon than you're ever gonna see, buddy.
I would hope so. I do not want to see that. Well, what I saw.
How much
in
hair
the
does
real
Jason have?
Lots.
Cool. Can you make me a
In
reflex
fact,
save?
now it's probably like overgrown.
Oh no.
You made her mad.
Would be a dexterity.
Come on.
Come on, just roll it. Just roll it.
Do I decide my dex modifier?
Yes.
So that's...
Well, and if you're proficient in the save.
Oh yeah, same turn. So 16.
16? Okay, that will actually be. She is going to just shoot out a small, like, volleyball-sized gout of flame at your head. You're going to duck under it, but it almost got your hair. In fact, it did get one hair, and its smell fills the room of burning elf hair.
And I was like, it's shortened, so it just like sticks out.
Yeah,
It's like all like now.
He's gonna pinch it and just...
Yep. As you do.
more dragon than you will ever meet. And she's going to storm off to the bathroom.
You made her mad. Really?
Way to stick your foot in it.
I wasn't wrong.
And there's buttons and then
I'm gonna grab my clothes and go to shower.
The door's locked to the shower.
Is there only one?
Yeah.
Get wrecked.
well,
Go wash in the
Shotgun.
sink!
oh.
Fair, we also need to use the shower too, so please don't lock us out for too long.
Yeah.
Well, the rest of you can come in. Lock.
Oh, hey, yeah, we're all girls.
Shrug.
You're one of the girls, you know?
It's like, you don't count.
Alright. So,
I mean, it's a half elf, so basically.
Right?
so you all get yourself cleaned up and
Yeah.
prepare to go out and investigate Dogrun Bridge. And I think this is a great place to end the episode for the night.
I think so.
So anyway, thank you for tuning in to Dork Tales Generic Fantasy Setting number 17735. And we'll continue with Dogrun Bridge in 2 weeks. Next week, we will have a special adventure that will either be a new chronicle starting on Wednesday, probably a World of Darkness game, or will be another episode of Monster of the Week. So definitely tune in for that, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm Kelly, I'm the DM, and I'm calling it a night so I can take a nap. Bye guys.
Bye.
Good night.